Hello and welcome to the In the Pocket podcast. I'm Logan Martin here with Max Sturm and Xander Cook. We have a very special guest on the podcast here today. He's an NFL running back and return specialist who's played for the Colts, Bills, Chargers, and Saints. He has 22 total touchdowns throughout his NFL career. He is one of 11 players in NFL history to score 2 kick return touchdowns in a game. And then also one of the top dual threat running backs in the last decade. We're honored to have 8-year NFL vet Nyheim Hines on the podcast. How you doing, man?
I'm well, man. Great to see you, man. We go way back just from the NCAA franchise days. I'm happy. I didn't even know you had a podcast. You told me about it. I've looked at some of your videos, some of your clips. I'm happy to, add some more media for you. Hopefully, we can get this thing jumping.
We really appreciate it, man. I mean, this is one of the biggest ones yet, if not the biggest, because Max is a huge Buffalo Bills fan. I know I've known you for the last year and a half. Xander knows who you are, but he's never talked to you. He's not a Bills fan, but we all love the game of football, man. We love just to talk ball. So this is going to be a great episode. And you are one of the best players in the last decade. Like I said, at running back, as a dual threat, as a runner, as a receiver, man. You saved my fantasy football team in 2020. You're a stud.
Man, thanks. Moving around, like I've moved around now because the first half of my first 6 years of my career, I stayed in the same place. Now I've moved around a lot, and it's been so cool meeting just different people, and we all know each other. I'll be like, "Oh, I'm Naheem." He'll be like, "Oh, I watched your film," and or I'll just meet. I met some like Alvin Kamara. I meet Alvin Kamara. He like, "Dude, you've been a beast." Like, blah blah blah, and it's just cool to. And I'm humbly honored and thankful just to be around the league and just know that your tape and stuff speaks for itself. And I've been out for a little bit, but it's kind of cool to still have a lasting impact. And I'm excited this year. This is my
Yeah.
first year in 3 years where I'm actually feeling good to rehab. And
I mean, just going off what you just said, I got a question for you. So you mentioned like going around the league and playing with a bunch of different players, stuff like that. You've also played for a bunch of different coaches too, and had to learn new systems. I don't know if anyone branched off of the same coaching tree, but I'm assuming everything was new. And not only were you a running back, but you're also a factor in the receiving game. You can line up out in the slot, and you're also dangerous in kick returns. So talk about like the preparation going into a Sunday when you're playing all those different positions, and you played for all these teams with
yeah,
different.
it's kind of cool. You know what? So I will say New Orleans, I probably knew like 60% of the offense, just different names because he came like I'm pretty sure Kellen Moore and Frank Reich were together at some point with Doug Peterson in Philly. So when I got into the offense, that was the only time I had any carryover. Cleveland and Buffalo, they were different, but they were kind of mixed. When I got to Cleveland, Ken Dorsey came with, I actually came with Ken Dorsey. So like he mixed a little Buffalo's offense in. But I'll say this, just playing different positions and things, you really just have to lock in. Like I obviously go to work. You know how long my schedule is sometimes. I'm there like 8 to 5 or 6
Yeah.
every day. Then on top of that, like the whole day, like especially when I'm new there, I'm walking around with I literally have an iPad at the 45-minute walkthrough, just writing down any note I can. And during the meetings, just 2 hour meetings, it's like school for me. Like I'm trying to write down everything, take notes, and just for me, maybe like it's partial photographic memory or some things, but it's like for me, a lot of plays, as long as I can, especially pass drawings in the receiver game, I just kind of have to remember just the names at this point. Like I can
Right.
kind of remember as long as I can hear it, I'll remember like what the pictures are, where I'm supposed to be at. But I would say just honestly, just how offenses are built. Running back, it's fun to learn, and it's the protections depending on the scheme is a little bit hard, but you just have to be a smart player. But I
Right.
would say the receiver is definitely just hard because running back you got protections, you have your runs, and we have our footwork. And the running back, the biggest thing is knowing what's what. Like I'll hear certain plays, but knowing knowing that Peter is one puller and knowing that Paul is two pullers, you got to know that as a running back. And when I
Right.
was younger, you don't know those things. Those things you have to know because that's how the run hits differently. You have to know the blocking schemes. As far as receiver, that crap's hard. You have to learn every position because in today's game, everybody's so interchangeable. So if they just put you wherever they want the matchup is, so it's not like you can just learn one position anymore. You have to learn X, Z, and F, and you got to learn Y too
Yeah.
because you might go five wide or something, and you got to know the
Right.
whole. So I think for me going in, it's a lot of studying. Honestly, truthfully, too, and during the week it gets a little bit better. I would say training camp, especially like when you're new there, or OTAs is really hard just because like you're kind of just going. But during the season, obviously, like every team's different. Buffalo had crazy amount of plays. Like Buffalo had like 500 one-word plays. That's the hardest offense I ever learned. Like Buffalo was so
Wow.
hard. Outside of that, you get a good feel for the game plan and what plays you will have in your tags. So it's like really like we have 500 plays, but in that week, given the defense, we're gonna have less than 100. Like you
Right.
know what I'm saying? But then
Yeah.
depending
Yeah.
on your other scheme, you just have to know the fastball plays because every team has one word plays. Teams
Right.
like Buffalo might have a couple hundred when I was there. I don't think they do anymore. Then most teams go in with like 15 to 20 plays that they keep all year. So
Wow. Yeah. How different is that from college? I mean, you just talked about the NFL. What was college like? Because you played at NC State. I mean, that's high
yeah,
level
so
football.
College, you know what? College was cool because I actually had Matt Canada my first year. So we ran a pro style offenses. We ran a lot of I know he was in Pittsburgh and he went kind of yeah, but he was at NC State with me, recruited me. And he had an offense that was actually kind of complicated because he had like a lot of fake motions, a lot of shifts. And then when we got Eli Drinkwitz, head coach of Missouri, shout out to him too,
Oh,
man. He's been
wow.
doing great. Yeah, I had him my last 2 years. The offense was a lot more simpler. It was more of like the today's new school game. Not saying his offense is simple, but like we really had like 15, 20 plays. It was all signals
Right.
and things like that. So I kind of got a
Yeah.
little bit of the pro style my freshman year, and then I got the college no huddle spread my last 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, that's a diverse, that's a lot of different, like that's different in tempo, like play calling, everything
Yeah.
was really
And now
different.
looking back on it years later, it's kind of cool to even see like where they've all went. Like even Coach Canada, he was a OC at Pittsburgh, what, like, a year or two ago. My special
Yep.
teams head coach that was at NC State, Eddie Faulkner. He ended up being
Yep.
the OC with Canada, but he's a running back
Wow.
coach there now. Drinkwitz, it's kind of cool. Drinkwitz is at Missouri. He just locked in a bag. He been having them boys
Yeah.
play good. They go nine and
Yeah.
three every year. They're always a
Oh
top
yeah.
20 team. And actually, my favorite coach there, Coach Kitchings, um, he's the offensive coordinator at Virginia. So that's real cool for me. That's like my pop. So it's been really
Yeah.
cool to like see all those people grow and just honestly, I guess shout out to all those guys because all those offensive coordinators and running back coaches kind of helped me. Well, not kind of, they did help me get to where I am. So they see this shout out to all them guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one. I want to bring it back even a little bit further, back to your high school career at Garner, real quick. You had over 7,300 total yards, over 120 touchdowns. There was two games where you scored seven touchdowns in a game. You had 15 high school records, and you also ran track. But I want to start with something I asked Andy Isabella the last time that we had a player on. And it's, can you pinpoint a moment in your life where you realized just how talented you were and that you could potentially make a career out of this?
Mm, yeah, but I was old. Um, you know what? My life, I would say probably one of my weaknesses is always focusing on the future. Like sometimes like me, like I'm not saying I don't stay in the present, but like as a football player, it's always like, okay, you had a good game. And as soon as you watch that film, you're on the next week. And sometimes in life, you have to sit back and enjoy it. So I would really say just with all that at Garner, it was really cool. But like honestly, I didn't even think about where I was, what I even did there until honestly, it really didn't hit me until like 5 years ago. Even though I had some blessings and success earlier in my career, like I got voted in the Hall of Fame in 4 years in my high school. I was 22 years old, and now like it's like I'm happy I was like the youngest person in Garner history to do that. But it's like I'm so young, I'm not even sitting in that moment. And now it's like you get older, your body starts to wear down. Obviously, I'm 29 years old. I know I've played more days than I probably will play, which is real. So it's like you kind of look back at it and you're like, dang, like even like the 7 touchdowns, like my friends still talk about that. Like I could go right downstairs with Mondo and Mondo could talk about it. Or like honestly, like I scored like it's so crazy, right? Like I have my highlight tape, right? It's like 15 minutes. Like I'll never forget it. I scored 60 touchdowns in a year. And people will think I'm lying. And I'll be like, look, you can watch the highlights. My dad literally was like, nobody scored 60 touchdowns, put a touchdown counter on it. So it was like even like just even going in the league, we all play our high school highlights. Bro, I'm not saying mine are the best, but it's like when people just see my work, they're like, wait, or like they'll see my stats my junior year, and they'll be like, I don't remember what I had. I had like 3,000 yards rushing, and
That's
like
crazy.
I remember in LA this year, like we're talking about it, like he pulling up our high school stats, blah blah blah. He's like, yeah, yeah, 30, he's like, yeah, Naheem, he had 3,000 yards, 50 touchdowns. He was like, yeah, that's your career, right? I was like, no, this is 1 year. So it's like
God.
Right.
now when I get back, I didn't even think about it then because even when I was in high school, yeah, like in my head, I always, Logan knows how I am. Like, I always think there's bigger fish fry. There's always bigger competition. Like, I'm in North Carolina. Yeah, I had 7 touchdowns. I got 126 touchdowns. But what about that kid in Florida or Texas who might be playing better competition? So it's always like, for me, it was like, yeah, when I'm scoring them touchdowns, like, all those records were cool. And I'm thankful I had them. But my whole goal was to go to the next level and go Division 1 and play where I wanted to go. So it was like, even when I was doing that, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm thankful to the Lord. But it's like, okay, so where are we gonna go? Then I get to NC State. I'm having success. I was blessed to have success as a freshman, but it's like, okay, now you got a chance to go to the league. So it's like I never really sat in that moment to be complacent with it. But it's probably why I got to where I am. Because even
That,
like my
I
junior
mean,
year, they're like talking about it, and I'm like, nah, like we have to go to the NFL and do those things to do what we got to do.
that's a great mindset and just having that confidence in yourself throughout your entire time there. I asked Andy this too because he mentioned that he also ran track and it says that you ran track. Did you find that that was something that was really beneficial for you on the football field as well?
Absolutely. Um, I actually didn't want to run track when I started running when I was like 8 or 9 years old. I remember when I was 8, my dad asked me to run. I said, nah. Then the next year he literally said, it'll help you with football. Been running track ever since. I personally like the competition. One, I mean, I got nervous, but like after I ran USATF and I ran in a lot of big races by the time I was age 15, 16, like I ran all the big places. So truthfully, when I got to college, I was never even nervous. Like it's like, okay, like I'm not about to get hit. So like I'm about to stretch and just, But like, I
That's a
would
good
say
point.
I would say track helped me really well with I feel like I've always had like good acceleration, but track helps you with that downfield speed. Like we run a 40. A 40 isn't a real race. Like I can tell you right now, there could be a linebacker who can run the same 40 as me, and if we are moving, I'm going to whip his behind in a race because
100%.
most football players don't have the top end speed necessarily because we're big and bulky and we don't run that far unless you're like a receiver or a DB. So I think like obviously like I say every high school kid should run track, especially if you're a skill player. If you're a receiver, a running back, or a DB, and you not running track and you just not playing the strength sport, I don't know what you're doing because it's gonna make you faster and it makes you twitchier. So
Yeah, so you talk about having that self-confidence and just always believing in yourself. But at Gardner, did you have a particular coach that has really stuck with you and helped you to believe in yourself and maybe somebody that you still keep up with to this day?
oh yeah, I do. I probably got four. Shoot. Well, my head coach when I was there, Coach Leach, he took over after Coach Nelson Smith. I would say this: my coach when I was there, Coach Leach, he went to my church, so I actually kind of knew him some. So I was happy when I moved like from my mom's house to my dad's house to be able to be at Garner. Coach Leach always just told me things. If it was just like we were younger, just the wrong girls or just like certain schools, he always just gave me that fatherly advice. But not like as a coach, it's sometimes a thin line to walk between like being a parent and that. Coach Leach always he always walked that line really good. Like he always like talked to me like a father kind of, and he always said like two things I'll never forget. He said there's two things when you die. You got your name and your word, and that's something I always thought about. And then the other coaches, my coach, obviously Coach George at Garner. He was my track coach. So, him and I had a lot of battles. Him and my father coached me to a state championship in the 55-meter dash. So that was really cool. And then honestly, Coach Smith, Coach Gray, and Coach Stewart, those are all Hall of Famers. Those are the coaches when Coach Smith and Coach Gray were my head coach and offensive coordinator when I first got there. I was a kid from Leesville, transfer. They gave me an opportunity. Sometimes I was a sophomore. The game's on the line. They were throwing me the ball, and I had a great team with me. They went to the states the year before. A lot of the players came back, so I was really thankful they gave me that gave me that shot to prove my worth. And then Coach Stewart, he's a Garner great. Last until 2019, nobody had won a state championship in football in the Raleigh area since 1987 with Hal Stewart. So he's always been around. He popped up on me in my college and NFL games. He's always been inspiring. So I just got to shout out those guys.
Yeah, I mean, just having a coach that really can have like for me, I played lacrosse my whole life. I did a little bit of football in middle school, but I was a lacrosse guy, and I had a coach in high school that I still keep up to with this day because it was
Hmm.
more than just that sports bond. It was a family at that point. So, um,
Yep.
I'm sure we're gonna talk a little bit more about your NFL career and your college career as well. But like I said, man, I'm a big Bills fan, and so I couldn't wait to ask you a few
Hey,
questions.
hey,
Let's go Buffalo, baby. Anyway, it's like
hey.
when you were on the team in 2022, you were one of my favorite players because you had such a big impact in the receiving and also the return game. I want to talk about that 2022 season a little bit and especially that game versus the Bengals where obviously Damar Hamlin goes down with a tragic injury and like thank God that's something that nobody else really in the history of this game can say has happened to their teammate, right?
Right.
So I'm just curious, after something so tragic like that, where like that does not happen, and there's so much uncertainty, how do you guys get together back in the locker room on Tuesday, reevaluate what's going on, and try and get ready for another game? I know that there was good positive updates coming in, so that's something that helped you guys along the way. But that week had to have been tough. How do you guys collect yourselves in the locker room, and what was the leadership like?
Dude, after the game, we were torn up. Well, I guess when we canceled it, we get back. One, Josh had us come over and we all prayed for him. He had pizza over. And honestly, Josh is a dude anyway. So, like, honestly, if you were there, like, if you're an offensive player and you there 10 weeks, you probably been to Josh's house like at least 8 or 7 times. Like, he has us over frequently. So, Josh had us come over. We all prayed for him. Just actually, and we got an update about him while we were at Josh's house too, actually, which was
Really?
even better. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, we were praying, but we got an update about it. But we got updates all week. We got into the team locker room. On Tuesday, I can't remember if we were off Monday or Tuesday, but I know Wednesday's our day where we work. So I remember that team meeting day where Coach McDermott came in there and just said, basically, this is a tragic thing that's happened. Damar's okay, he's fighting, and he just in football, it's a rough game. It's a physical game. The feelings and emotions are really left at the door. Like you can't have those out there. But this is one of the time where like I have so much respect for Coach McDermott. He let us be vulnerable. He was like, man, look, if you got to just get up and cry, or you just got you not feeling it, just like say something. And there are some guys who just had to get up, take some time. But all throughout that week, guys just had different emotional things, and they took care of that. And the coaches respected that. We had 2 good weeks of practice, and I mean, I think it was just really honestly, there were so many things that happened, but Coach McDermott had such great leadership. It's hard to be in that building and express like cry in front of your partners or your home teammates. We're all dudes, we're all men, we're all alpha males. So it's hard to sometimes be emotional in that sense. So the fact that emotionally let us open up, they had therapists there throughout the time, the whole time we were in the building. We already have a team therapist. They brought in another one. So a lot of guys got a lot of work. I was just thankful to be a part of the team. Honestly, like Demar was one of the first guys I met when I got there. I personally wasn't close to him yet, so I didn't. Me personally, I can't say it like hit as close to home as it did other players because as I just got there. But I mean, just knowing him and actually growing from that situation, and I still text him till today. I was texting him like last week about something, but it's kind of cool like to see how he's grown from this and he did come back and on even in my journey like I didn't have an injury like him but I've seen him come back and I'm like dang like I got to get back and he played valuable minutes last year in the playoffs and he made plays and I think he'll be around for some much longer time too.
Yeah, and it was just impressive to see like that family come together, like not just the team, but the city of Buffalo. And I loved Sean McDermott
I
when he
will
was.
say that about Buffalo. Like a lot of teams or places, like everybody's a family. But I will say up in Buffalo, like I ain't got no hate with them and that fan base. That's truly family up there. It's a beautiful place, even though the weather's bad. But the weather's so bad with the snow, we all actually are together. It's the nicest people you will meet in the world. Like it's the only place I've been in the world where like somebody will cut you off in Walmart or like bump into you in Target and say sorry. Like it's like I guess it's by the border, so I guess they're like the Canadian friendly-ish, but
Yeah.
Hmm.
it's a city
Yeah.
of good neighbors for a reason. And so I like this. That was it. I wish I was there a little bit longer. My experience there was remarkable.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about like how you saw that community come together up there in Buffalo during that time? Because that didn't just affect the team, like the whole city was really feeling it after that whole thing.
Honestly, just truthfully, just in any way possible. Like I had teammates who they were like people were consoling them. Shoot, honestly, even on Instagram, like they were all like, we if we tweeted or posted anything that week or said anything, people were mentioning you like, hey, keep your heads high. Even honestly, the fan base there is just always nice. Like I remember we lost a playoff game, and sometimes fans will say some things. I remember in
Mhm.
Buffalo, like I'm walking my head down there, like that's okay, keep your head up, we'll be back next year. And it's like, dang. But like the fans, I can't particularly pinpoint one thing they did because they did everything. Those fans up there do everything anyways, though. Like I have teammates like Dawson Knox. I know like for sure like who those guys who live in neighborhoods who have families, there's Buffalonians who shovel their driveway sometimes, or like one of our teammates actually had to get he actually rode on the back of a snowmobile to work because the snow was so bad.
That's
So it's just
hilarious.
like
God.
it's really just like good Samaritan work, like whatever it is we need or however they impact. And that's the one thing I like about Buffalo, and obviously every place is like this in certain places when it's special, but like obviously money helps with things, but it's not even the money that is about. It's about the thought and
Yeah.
whatever they could chip in, if it's their time. And there's so much more things that they gave to us other than money, just time, sometimes hope, sometimes just some resilience or faith. Just when you have your head down, like saying, "Hey, like pick your head up." So like I think they offered so many things to us when I was in Buffalo, and I know they're still doing it. They were shoveling snow. Dude, they were shoveling snow in the stadium. They do that every year. Like it's honestly it's an unreal experience. I played a lot of places, but that was completely cool.
It's a fan base I'm really proud to be a part of. Like, obviously, there's a lot of heartbreak that comes with it, especially in recent years. But like, how many
Yeah,
fan
trust
bases?
me,
How
it hurts me still.
many? Yeah, how many guys are going out and shoveling players' driveways, making that trip, plowing their driveways, taking care of all the snow in the stadium? There's not a lot of fan bases that you can
Man,
say
Buffalo
are doing
deserves
that.
one.
Yeah.
Buffalo, that fan base. There's some teams that I'm not gonna mention because I don't know where I'm gonna go. So yeah, but like
Right.
yeah, there's some teams and there's some fan bases, even though the team good, will make you hate that team.
Yeah.
The Bills, they're probably. I mean, that's like America's team now. Everybody loves the Bills. And I'm from North Carolina. There's a lot of Buffalo Bills fans
Oh
like
yeah,
in
I got
North
siblings
Carolina for
down there, and they
sure.
they got whole Bills bars down there, man. It's
Dude, no,
crazy.
they do. My dad used they're in Raleigh and Charlotte. My dad used to go to them. They were like even the Buffalo Wild Wings. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings. It's all Bills fans packed out, like probably like 200 people. Shout out to the Buffalo Wild Wings too on Capitol Boulevard. Yeah, they always watch all the Bills games. So yeah, I mean it's really cool. I hope they figure it out. Shoot, maybe I'll go back there one day. But I do hope like I will say that fan base and Josh Allen do deserve a ring. I do believe that. So I hope they get it. Maybe one day I'll
100.
help them. If not, I'm gonna pray for them. I hope they get it.
Yeah, I was upset when obviously you had your injury and then you weren't re-signed. I
Yeah,
wanted you to come back so bad, and
it's okay.
I'm pulling out hope that maybe one day you'll get a call from them.
Life came full circle a few times, so you never know.
Yeah. Last Buffalo question I have for you for right now is following that game and that incident versus the
Mhm.
Patriots, and I mean. Buffalo, like normal, showed out for that game, but as many would expect that. But given the circumstances, the energy was crazy at Highmark that day. And then
Mhm.
this game kicks off with you returning the opening kickoff for 96 yards and a touchdown. And I'll be totally real and upfront with you right now. I had tears in my eyes, man. That was an emotional moment for Bills fans. Can you describe what that was like for you and for the team? How you guys were feeling
Hmm.
after such a terrible incident to come out and have that happen immediately out of the gate?
I thank the Lord. That's all I can say. It was an emotional moment. I honestly couldn't believe it when I was running. I will say for that play though, we played New England that year like 3 or 4 weeks ahead, and I actually truthfully, oh my goodness, I had the same type of look. I had the same type of look like 2 weeks ago, or whenever we played them, and it was crazy because I got tripped up by Schooler, who actually was out that game. So honestly, just like thinking about how it happened, just the stadium getting super loud. Honestly, it got so loud in there, my ears rung, and I really just blacked out. Like I saw the highlights, and I kind of don't even remember. I remember just looking up at the jumbotron, knowing I was going, and it was cool. Just seeing everybody on the sideline. I got to the sideline, it was like an emotional breakthrough. Like there were guys crying. We were all holding up the threes, but it was real reassuring. And then the best thing after that, is I heard my teammates say, the best thing I could hear, you're gonna run another one back, and I was like, dang.
Look what
So
happened, man.
yeah, I had to make it happen. So it was it's really exciting just to like think about those moments, and even in them times you don't know like exactly how things will play out and how it will be history. But I'm thankful to, even my short time, to always be a part of, Bill's history. Hopefully they'll never forget me for it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
one of my all-time moments, like as a Bills fan to watch, given the circumstances, the fact that you ran it back twice. I think you're the only Bills player in history to do that, to have two kick return touchdowns and only one of 11 in the history of the game. But yeah, that was a favorite moment for me. When I see it pop up on Instagram and I hear Jim Nantz make that call, it still gives me chills to these days.
Jim made such a good call on that too. It's yeah, no, just honestly, just all the things that happened, and honestly all the support. And honestly, I'm just happy to be the guy who can set it off. So I mean, it's just a real surreal feeling. Like even looking back on it like 3 years now, I kind of can't believe it happened. Like I feel like a lot of football, you look back on things and you're like, dang, that really happened. But it's cool because with cameras and everything, like it's a memory that will be forever. And I'm happy, just truthfully, like I wanted to be welcomed. Like I'm on a new team. Like I'm really essentially starting over. Like I was on Indy, I had a good career, but all the stuff I did in Indy didn't matter in Buffalo. So I'm trying to win my guys over, win that city over, and win that team over. So even for me personally, I was happy to make something like that of myself and have that play to even be welcomed further. Because I got welcomed with open arms, but like they gonna welcome you, but like at the end of the day, it's what you gonna do for me in this business. So any team I try to get to, I try to show them immediately what I can do for them. And I'm thankful that, Buffalo put me back there to shoot my first game. I didn't even know the playbook, but I was out there returning kicks and punts. So shout out to Coach Smiley, who just signed with Pittsburgh too. So it was cool when I first got there. They had faith in me. So it was just a really good opportunity. I'm grateful that I made the most of it.
You made second team All Pro and as a specialist, and then you mentioned track, how that helped you with your downfield speed, your acceleration. Obviously, that translates into the NFL, especially as a punt returner and a kick returner. What's something that fans don't realize about how much preparation goes into being an elite returner?
Oh boy. Um, what's something fans don't know? Your courageousness. You have to go out there and really just say fuck it. Like that's honestly the best way to say it. Like on most returners and specialists, like I always say this, like if you didn't do punt return in college, you're probably not doing the league. All of us have been doing this for some time. You can only kick a ball like four different ways, and you can only be a righty or lefty. We all have caught punts, about millions of punts. So I think the biggest preparation we take as returners is one, looking at who the first guy is going to be down there. Maybe we're going to leave the center on block. Or we're going to try to leave one of the slowest guys on block based on the block. And really just honestly having awareness of the gunner. Like, I don't think a lot of people know, but we sometimes will look down. Like, I look down once or twice before I catch the ball, like just to see. And it's crazy because I like seeing teams with like the highlighter colors you see better, but like I sometimes will be like this and look straight down at you and then look back up. The ball's in the air 4 seconds. So I think just really like the decision making process makes it hard because you're gonna catch a punt. But if you want to be great, like you have to know when to fair catch and when you can catch it and make somebody miss, not take a chance, but if there's somebody 3 yards, you can catch it, you secure it, you can get out the way. Because let's be real, like those ones where you catch them and then you make that first guy miss, like if it's a gunner and it gets you going, a lot of those score. It's a lot harder to return it when you see the returner catch it and he has to like set up and there's like just, I mean, even sometimes it's open space. You can have 10 yards of space, but sometimes like you don't know where to go. So I think just really the decision making, you have to have fearlessness, especially on punt return. And a kick return, you got to just hit the hole. Like run your
Hmm.
track, set it up the defense wherever it's going. But the biggest thing people don't realize is sometimes you really just have to say F it and go. Like that's what you see a hole, you have to hit it. And honestly, that's what I've done most of my career. I just see a hole, hit it, and pray somebody doesn't hit me across the chest. And obviously, I'm not just gonna run through there blindly. You have to know when to get hit, how to get hit, sometimes how to get down because it does hurt when you get hit on kickoff return. Like I can promise, even like the ones where like they're to the 25, they hurt. They
Hmm.
land on you. It's not fun. So just picking it and making sure you have some speed so you don't die when they hit you.
No, 100%. So you're known as one of the best return men of the 2010s, 2020s.
Really?
Obviously,
That's cool.
you have some experience as a running back. You had a few good seasons running the football. You're also known as a pass catcher. Which of those positions do you think you never truly got enough credit for?
That's a great question. Nobody's ever asked me that. I think I could really play receiver. I might just play receiver. Like I think I can. I'm faster than 90% of the receivers in the NFL. My hands are better than a lot of them too. I've got good film. My target percentage has been great. I don't really have a lot of drops. But that's what I used to play slot in college. Like I think that I really could be a bona fide receiver in this league. I don't think that gets enough credit. Uh, and as a running back, I think I made progress. Shoot, I'm not even gonna lie to you. My rookie year, I didn't run like in college. I did not run gap scheme. I didn't run any pools. All I ran was zone. So my first year in the league, like I'm trying to figure out how to run gap scheme and different things that I haven't ran. And I mean, I ran them in high school, but it's completely different when you skip a whole level. So
Yeah.
I think that throughout my career, I became a better runner. I
Hmm.
always felt like I didn't go down easy. And I think throughout my career, especially the 2021s, 20s, I was running hard and the first guy never brought me down. I think I don't get enough credit for like just honestly my offensive performance. That's really what keeps me going. I know that I've had a lot of I guess notoriety as a returner, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a better offensive player than I'm a returner. I just haven't
Yeah.
had maybe some of the opportunities that others have had, or just maybe not made the most of them. But I feel like throughout my career on offense, when I touch the ball, like good things have happened. It's just how many times I'm gonna touch it. So I think that's one thing that hasn't been got my credit where it's due.
That route that I sent you earlier, that route that you
Hmm.
scored. Oh man, was that? I can't remember. I think that was on Tennessee. I don't know.
It's
You
an
got on
option
his
route.
toes, ha, got outside on him. So like I train a kid.
Was that the one with Buffalo
Tennessee.
versus Tennessee or
No,
No, Colts,
it was a
Indianapolis.
okay.
Colt. But it's
Yeah.
like even you see those plays, like I kill people on running back routes, but I think people don't realize I can beat DBs at receiver routes
Oh
too.
yeah.
Corner
Oh
routes, I can
yeah.
run out routes. Like most teams now run shallows and crossers. I ran 10, 2, and 100. They're not like, you know what I'm saying? Like it
Your
makes
sophomore
sense.
year at NC State, I mean, you were a receiver, and
Yeah.
then
A
as just
second leading
junior,
receiver.
right,
It's just like that's what I think, and it's like a lot of teams now they run crossers. Like I'm the man for crossers. Like I just wish
right.
and I truthfully throughout my career, I wish I got more passes that were behind the linebackers, like 10-yard routes, not the 5-yard option routes, or maybe even a couple more go balls. But I know that like truthfully speaking, if I catch the ball behind the linebacker, let's say on a dig, we've seen my tape in space. I'm making the first
Yep.
guy miss. I make that first guy miss, I'm gone. So like that's where I want to hopefully elevate my career in this latter part of my career because I'm saying these things on tape. I'm saying these things to you, but my tape proves that, and I hopefully will go somewhere to prove that.
So I'm training this kid Blake in eighth grade. I work at the middle school, and I'm just training him receiver, running back, trying to give back what I learned as a D1 player, just drills, all that kind of stuff, trying to make him better. In my opinion, I feel like the best receivers are the guys who can stop on a dime and get out of that, get out of it, stop and go, get out of it, and that's what I'm trying to preach to him. So I kind of want to hear what your thoughts on it, something that might be, a little more
Receiver
important that people don't think about.
can't give away too much game. Let me think about it. You know what I say?
Yeah,
I'll say this about receivers. It's an illusion. It's acting. The DB doesn't know what you're gonna do. Your speeds, you can make them look the same, even if they're not the same. I would, like you said, making sure you're under your routes. Maybe that route where you're blazing 100%, maybe take it down to 90% and you'll get out that route better. I think the biggest thing in receiver now is a gamesmanship in it. Like obviously you have to get out your breaks. Like getting out your break is the biggest thing and stopping, but you can stop better if you play with your speeds more. And I think the gamesmanship, knowing leverage, I think the biggest thing is knowing leverage, having another plan. Like I ain't even gonna lie, even in high school, like when you're a good player in high school, you can just go off the line and be like, whatever works. In the league, you gotta have a plan. Patrick Surtain, it don't matter how good you are, like you gonna struggle. So even DBs that we can't name, them nickels, you can get jammed up by him if you're not paying attention because the slots press. And sometimes you're not going to think that they pressing because they nickel blitz all the time. So I would say just having awareness of the game and sharpening the gamesmanship of it, making sure you have maybe stemming your route, making sure you're in the right leverage. Like if you got the guy behind you, head fake him at the top so you can get him. You already got him where you want him. And I think a lot of kids go so fast. Sometimes on certain routes, you got to lose certain routes, you got to win certain routes. Like a curl route, you don't need to be blazing by him. You got to keep him in front of you. So you got to play with your speed or make sure he has the right distance. Because if you, I mean, a curl route, you can club him by, but let's be real. We all played NCAA where your guy run a curl route and he runs right by the guy and now boom, it's a pick. So I think just the
right.
gamesmanship of it. Play with your speeds, like for real.
Yeah, it's an art. It's an art,
It's an
and
art. You
I
have to
feel
really
like,
make it art.
yeah, the more you understand the playbook and the better connection you have with the quarterback, the more free you can play, and the more free you can play, the more you can change your speeds and kind of play with the route a little
And
bit,
your
but
hands.
and your
Hands is the
hands,
most important thing. Like that's the other important thing because you always have to have that hand off of you. They're always going to try to grab you, and you always got to get that hand off of you.
physical. Yeah,
And you have to know, even I learned from T.Y. Hilton, the timing of it. Sometimes you don't got to get it off you, right off you. But like if you grab it and you know you got two more steps, wait a little bit, then boom, boom, get it by him. So I think like just really like, especially as you get to the bigger levels, like in high school, like we all know they play cover two, they can play cover three. You're gonna play DBs, but especially when you get to the college level, Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, all those levels. I've seen Division 2, them corners out there can play. So and they're gonna put their hands on you. And I think as receivers, especially in today's game, it's not as physical as it once was. And a lot of people just out here trying to make it a track meet and you run yourself out of space. So you have to make sure whenever he gets his hand off you get off of it, but you lean into him. So you
right,
can use that leverage to push off of him. So he's not pushing off of you and grabbing off of your jersey.
right, 100%. You guys got
Yeah,
one? I mean, I got one. Top three players you played with, talent
I
wise. This
was
will be the
just
last one
about
before I
to
hand it off. Top three players you played with, talent wise, and then top three athletes. Because we all know, like, you can be a really good football player, but you can
Players?
also be a really good athlete.
Well, I don't even know. I'm about to say four. Top 3 players? Oh, Myles Garrett, one. One is one of them.
Yeah,
He's one for both of them. Player and athlete. He's different. Like, yeah, he messed up
dude,
practice when
he's
he was at Cleveland.
crazy with
He's crazy.
basketball too.
I was hurt and I was so happy I wasn't practicing. Like when Miles practiced, like he get off the ball so fast, like you can't do nothing. We be running runs, he just tag you off. Boom. He'll be right. He'll just run. We'll run outside zone away from him. He'll just tag you off, let you run. Quarterback, yeah, nah, 3-step drop, Miles in your face. He gonna run by you though.
do you have to
I would
chip
say
him?
so. I would say Miles, best players. I gotta give you different positions though. So Miles, let's see, quarterbacks. I gotta say Andrew Luck or Josh Allen. Both of them are like I can't even say Andrew was so nice, bro, and Josh is like one of the best players in the NFL. I can't even really say like Andrew, dude. If Andrew didn't get hurt, bro, Andrew might be a Hall of Famer. So I would say them two guys, and then let me give you some running backs. Jonathon Taylor. He's
Yeah.
probably the best running back I played with. Like he literally has my speed, but is like 30 pounds heavier and can juke too and spin. He's been one of the best backs in the league. If he played on a big market team, he would be so much more popular. He's already popular, but like if he played for like Dallas or like a bigger market team,
Denver. Put him in Denver, something like that.
yeah, or just like a big market team, like he played for the
Oh,
Bills.
big
Like
market,
some
big
teams
market.
just get covered more than others. Like
All right.
that's how it is. I would say those three guys, and then receiver, Diggs or Ty. Those are the best like I could think of skill wise. And Quentin Nelson, got to say him.
Mm.
Athletes. Oh my God, one of my best players. I'm so sorry. I got one more. Darius Leonard, best linebacker I ever played against.
Ooh.
Darius Leonard. Oh my God,
Wow. Yeah, he was
Darius
really
Leonard from
good. Yeah.
2018, bro. Darius Leonard from 2018 to whenever he got hurt in Indy,
He was a
nobody was
dog.
touching him at linebacker. I don't care if Fred
Mm-mm.
Warner, I die on that table. Because I ain't gonna lie to
Wow.
you, Darius Leonard. I'll say this about Darius Leonard. Darius Leonard, if you watch our games, he was a one player every time we needed to play. Like in football, it is a team game. It's not basketball where like every time you need a shot, Kobe gonna hit it. Now, like football don't work like that. Like, okay, Tom Brady gonna step up, but in football, most times a certain player, another player, like a different player makes a play to step up on offense or defense. Like one play will be JT, like in Indy, it might be JT winning the game, then it might be TY. On defense, the first few years, we needed a pick, we needed a sack, we needed a fumble. It was Darius for like 5, 6 years. And his turnover rate was crazy. And I'll tell you this right now, like it was so hard to practice against him. Like so serious. Like if he's anywhere around you, if the ball come out like this, if you go into the ground, man, he's to punch everybody out. Like, cause when you go to the ground, obviously the ball like comes out. Give me that. And he got you doing bear crawls. Like, we get punished for fumbles. He got you doing bear crawls, doing all sorts of you getting fined. It was like $1,000 for fines or something crazy. Yeah, no. But
Wow.
Darius Leonard, I had to shout him out. Like I'm sad, like injuries suck, but like Darius might be like
He's
nobody was
leading the
touching
league in
that man for five
tackles.
or
Dude,
six years. I
his
don't care what
in his
you can argue with
prime,
that.
watching his prime was so special too because he was definitely probably the smartest linebacker in the game. You watch him, you watch his tape. During his prime, he was never out of position. He was always
Ever.
where the ball handler was. He was
And
crazy,
dude,
bro.
and
He's
you
a
know what's
guy who
crazy?
mastered his craft
You want me to
and
tell you something crazy? He was doing all that playing at like 220, 225. I seen that
Wow.
dude weigh in
That's
at
wow.
like
undersized.
219 before. That dude was like 225. He was just long and lanky.
Is he like a hybrid safety kind of like what you see like
No, he was a will
just a
linebacker. We
just a
ran a
will
4-3.
linebacker?
He was a will linebacker. We ran a
Wow.
4-3.
At
I mean, he was
225.
big. He was like 225, bro.
Wow. I
I've seen
mean,
that dude weigh in at like 225. I've seen him weigh in less than that. I just ain't gonna, I don't want
right.
but
I
like
know what you
I
mean.
know for sure that man was under 230 moving around. Like,
Yeah.
how you think he was so fast? And also, too, he a country boy. So like even like when he
Yeah.
used to tackle you, it used to be weird because he used to herd cows and stuff. So you got to bring cows and tip them over to bring them back and stuff. Yeah, he a real life cowboy. So like even when he'll tackle you and grab your leg all weird and you just on the ground. Like he's just it was hard to honestly, and he had like, dude, honestly, he had long arms. Like he had like, I don't even know how long his arms were, but he had the longest arms I've ever seen on a human. Him and Miles, but like he was just such a dominant player, and he's one of the players on that defensive side of the ball that had like that like Earl Thomas effect, like the
Mm.
Mm,
the, the Troy Polamalu effect. If that boy anywhere around you, like you better know, because if not, he
Yeah.
gonna crack you or that ball's coming out.
yeah. I love the Troy shout out. That's my favorite player of all time, man.
Troy,
Um, yeah, I met him back in 2010 at a football camp back when I
I
was
just
a
want to see
little
the hair one
kid.
time in person.
Coolest, it was the coolest experience of my life. It's something that I'm never gonna forget. So I love the Troy shout out.
You know what's
One of my
crazy? I heard
questions
he's
for
real
you.
cool.
He, I
He's down to
shit
earth.
you not. I shit you not. He is the nicest person I've ever met in my life.
Dang. Ain't it crazy
I've
he's the
heard
meanest person you
stories.
see with a helmet on though?
I've heard
Yeah, it's a
stories.
different story, right?
Dude, I've heard stories.
Boy.
I've heard stories on the football field where he will obliterate an opponent, get back up, and go, "Sorry about that, my bad." And he's just super nice on the football field. I'm like,
You know what's crazy?
Troy,
I'm glad we're
what?
talking about him. You know who people are sleeping on who on TV? Like Ryan Clark, you can have his takes or whatnot, but you can tell a lot of like younger kids who are in the younger 20s did not watch film because like I'm not gonna lie, Troy
Brian Clark
Polamalu
was
was
like
not the
Ryan
only
Clark
person
was a
knocking.
dog.
Ryan used to knock people out.
Dude, Ryan Clark, there's a reason why the NFL is a
Him and
lot less
Polamalu were killing
lenient.
people.
Oh yeah, Ryan Clark made rules, dude. There's a reason why he can't hit defenseless receivers. That was
Dude,
because of Ryan Clark. You watch
dude,
his
you
tape. I
remember
mean,
they used to play them Patriots
he
game? I swear, he done, bro. I've seen him knock out Edelman, Amendola, all of them.
hmm
And I've seen him knock out Julian Edelman in like twice in one game. Like he like the ball's over their
he
head.
had
Clearly,
this
he's
one
still
hit.
smacking you. Boom. Like, nah. Like once I get up, if I'm not staggering at the way he was hitting people, you might have to fight him. But like a lot of people didn't get up. Like
yeah.
so.
Oh yeah, games, and I'm like, did he just kill someone? Did I just witness murder on TV?
So
It was crazy.
what was your welcome to the NFL moment? Were you hit
Yes.
so hard that you were like, damn, I'm in the league now?
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really get hit hard until my second year. My real welcome to the moment, and if my welcome to the NFL moment was really Darius Leonard and pass protection. He just ran over my shit one time. I almost fell on Andrew. Like it was bad. I ain't never got knocked down like that on my behind since though.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie though. Look, so we in training camp. We got pads on, but like sometimes like how training camp is. Like, well, you're a D. I don't know. Look, as an offensive player, sometimes you don't know how hard defense is gonna go. Like, cause sometimes they might just come up and thud you. Like, then
Yeah.
next time they might tag off. Like, I don't know the tempo. We doing some third down. He's on the line of scrimmage. They're in some sort of mug. He loop around. I come through. Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. I needed some milk. Like he just ran me over. I can't even lie. Like I don't even know what the play is right now, but like he will tell you. And I'll never forget what my coach told me after that. And I promise you, I knocked two people down in pass protection that year. Actually, every year I was in pass pro after that, I knocked somebody down, even though I'm small. But yeah, no, like he really ran me. And it was actually because Indy, right? Indy, the training camp, they be having the crowds. Like they have it's huge in Indy. Like they have like two fields. It's like a big stadium. So thank God that day we were inside because it was raining. Because even when he ran me over, the whole crowd was like, ooh. I'm like, damn, it's pass pro. Like we completed it's like a 15-yard pass. Like, yeah, no, that was bad. But my real welcome to the moment NFL hit was when I was playing actually with the Browns in 2019 in the preseason game, doing stupid stuff. Like I want the returner. I had a chance to be a returner my rookie year. I messed it up. I'm like, dang, I'm about to make something shake. Like sometimes I just go back there and I say I'm not fair catching. So what happened was, see, look, I already know I'm about to say some BS because I started with that. So what happened was he kicked the ball to my right, so their left. The gunner ran out of bounds, but he really ran out of bounds unprovoked. Like, truthfully speaking, like my gunner really touched him, but he really how he's supposed to come back in. That man ran down the sideline like for like 10 yards and came in. And I
Yep.
looked down and saw him, but like with the rules, like I did it a lot and I know how it worked. Like he got to come back in, he gonna run into my dude, and I'm gonna have space. Yeah, no, that didn't happen. So yeah, he basically just angled off and just as soon as the ball touched me, bow, just hit me in the chest. Oh, and the worst thing is when you get hit like that and you got to take that long walk because the field is 53 yards and a third wide. If you get hit on them numbers, it's
Mm.
14 yards. So the numbers, that's a 38-yard walk. It's the longest walk of my life. I ain't making either.
Hey man,
I was
so
walking, took a knee,
Not only
couldn't
that, you
breathe,
got
asked me
the
what I
you
was
got the
doing.
whole crowd going, "Ooh."
Oh yeah,
yeah.
definitely. No, he said no. I'm gonna get up though. Like I got up. I got up like a champ though. I got up like a G. Got up, thrown the ball
You
down.
have to.
Swear to God, what like
You have
15
to pull
yards?
some push-ups off something.
Yeah, no, I got up. I got up. The crowd said, "Ooh!" Every time I hear "ooh," I'm gonna pop up quick. Like
Yeah.
that's why I got that concussion. I,
It's like
I
getting
heard the crowd
dunked
say
on in
"ooh" when that
basketball.
concussion hit, and I didn't. I popped up. Well, Quentin pulled me up that time, but like, no, I popped up quick. Start running. I mean, I start walking. Took about probably 15 steps. I said, "Ooh, chest." Ooh, I had to take that knee real quick. But I ain't gonna lie. I mean, my mom was real hard growing up. So like, unless I'm real hurt, like I'm getting up and walking out that field. Even if I got like my
Mm.
mom always was like that. Like even like I thankfully I really never had a lot of injuries. I ain't had my first surgery till I was like 24, like after my third or fourth year in the league. And I remember when I was a kid, like I'd be hurt. I'll never forget. I was like 8 years old. I think I rolled my ankle. I promise to God, my mom's from Brooklyn, New York. She like think about Everybody Hates Chris, and then think about
I
like
love
his
that
mom, and that's
show.
how my mom was because my mom's from Bed-Stuy, so she like the same type of way,
Oh
very
yeah.
vocal,
Yeah.
very. She said, "Boy, if I come out here, you better really be hurt. You better not get. I better not walk out on this field, and then you can just get up and walk, and you think you're gonna play the next play. Swear, pop right back up, limped off.
Oh
I ain't
yeah.
never laid on
Dude,
the field
my
since.
my dad was the same freaking way. I was a QB back in like 8th grade and we're practicing kick returns. First thing is, why are you throwing your QB out there to block on kick returns? All right. So I had a little bit of an issue with that, but whatever. My dumbass, I decide to block a kid who's 6 inches taller than me and weighs 50 pounds more than me. I
Oh,
wanted to
buddy.
I wanted to show my coaches what the hell they're seeing right now. So
Boy,
I
I
go
know you
up.
closed your eyes before you hit him.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Them wrist is tough. That thing swell up. You might think it's broken. Them swollen wrists. Ooh, them fingers
Oh,
too.
dude. I mean, we had
You're
our
probably
first game.
cooked.
I suited up. I suited up for our first game, and my wrist was killing me all day. We're practicing snaps. That first snap, that ball jammed up into my throwing wrist, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then I tried to throw the football. I couldn't throw. It was shut like freaking bullets going through my wrist. Anytime I tried to do that throwing motion, I was like, "Nah, I'm done. I can't do this."
What did you do to your wrist?
I fractured it.
Oh, well, see, look, at least as a
At
father,
least you
like
didn't
your
get
father,
your ass kicked, right?
look,
Yeah,
there's
at
gonna be
least I
times as
didn't
a
get my
father,
ass
like,
kicked.
there's gonna be times when you're a father where you're gonna make your son be tough, and then you gotta just be like, damn, I messed up this time.
I
Because
mean, right
normally it
now,
don't work, but like that one time you did fracture your wrist.
my son's in
Yeah.
I do
baby
got a
stage
question
right
for
now.
y'all
So,
though.
oh yeah, go ahead. Ask your question. I remember you said
No,
that.
because we were talking about this the other day. Like you talked about experience. Logan, like, give me your experience, like, as a football player, we always have our eyes open. Like, man, tell me one time where you definitely close your eyes before you hit somebody. Me and Jamal was talking about this.
Okay, so my sophomore year, we're playing states against Wells. Um, we're undefeated. Wells was undefeated, but we're Class D football. Like we're the lowest level of football. But if you ask anyone in the state of Maine, you put that Wells team against anyone Class A, anyone, like they're winning that game. And Tyler Bridge, he was a 6'3", 225-pound running back. They had a couple of those kids, like just kids that shouldn't be. They're on the O line on any other high school football team in Maine, but they're playing running back and they run a 4.6, 4.5 40. And I just, man, I remember the state game. I had a couple touchdowns on offense as a sophomore, but I also played outside linebacker at 175 pounds. And yeah, we played on that the old UMaine turf. I just remember getting my ankles crossed and he took it to the house on me. And that was like I didn't get popped, but that was my welcome to,
Oh, you just closed your eyes and dove?
yeah, I mean,
Oh,
most of my closing the eyes was like when I'm catching the foot. Like I've got hit in the head hard, like coming down with a football. Like I'm jumping all over people coming down with a football, and then boom, that feeling of when you don't have any arms back there, you're falling on your back, and it's just bang. Yeah, I
mhm.
had one of those on TV, and you watch me get up. I'm like you can just tell like I'm seeing shit. But that was I've been
Boy,
hit. I've been hit. I've had a few concussions, but I'm sure you've had a lot more than I've
I
had.
only
So
had two. I had one in college, one in the league. I'm blessed.
yeah, that is blessing.
I ain't gonna lie. Look, I was thinking about that because he was telling me the story, and I was thinking about my third game my rookie year. Marlon Mack's hurt, so I'm like, I'm starting. Or me and Jordan I don't even know who's starting, but me and him both about to spin. We rookies. We like it's Thursday night football. We playing Tom Brady. Boy, y'all remember Dante Hightower?
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness,
He's
man.
big as
Yeah.
fuck, right? Okay,
Such a
so look,
dog.
their defense is set up like they always have five down linemen, and then they got one backer in the box normally. If you got like like a normal set with the Y attached, bro. So we have a call on offense when we're under center, play action inside zone. Like we have a call that like if the backer hits the A gap, the center will take the backer, and now we gonna go get the guy because it's hard to come from we 8 yards deep with seven and a
Yep.
half. It's hard to come from eight yards deep, wrap around the quarterback, and pick up that backer. So it's the first quarter. Like it's probably the only time in my career I've actually cut because most of my coaches like it's surprisingly I've never really cut. I think I've cut maybe on the outside, but in the pocket I've never cut. I couldn't. My coaches didn't let me. And I ain't gonna lie, I want the starter, and I always been like like a go-to guy, but I ain't the starter, so I can't do that. So I just remember this is how crazy this man Dante Hightower is. We're running inside zone to the right, play action. First of all, he starts on the right because the tight end motion is. So he act like he was playing man. The man, he start coming right. He start creeping. Wow, pause. He start creeping like towards the snap, like wrapping around towards the center. And look, the whole time, as soon as he came back in the box, he just looked me in the eyes, start running straight at me. So I do I don't even really do the fake. I just try to get out of Andrew's way. I see the center off the snap. Like he definitely did. Like Ryan definitely did not take Dante. I was so pissed. Like he definitely did not take him. He definitely took the big ass dude right there. I forgot who it is, but he was like 300 pounds. I didn't want him neither. Dude, Dante Hightower came up there full speed, bro. I promise to God, I really ran up to him as close as I could, went like this, closed my eyes, and just hit him in the legs. And he fell on top of me. He felt like a sack of potatoes. I told him that too. I said, man, you felt like a sack of potatoes. He fell on
Damn.
top, fell right on top of me. It hurt. But yeah, no, I definitely closed my eyes. And
I mean,
thankfully, they did not run that blitz when I was in the rest of the game because I did not want no more of that.
you're running back. So like as a receiver, like blocking was my strength at receiver in college, because that's just kind of how I had to make a name for myself to get time.
Facts, yeah.
Was blocking, but like
Blocking
you're
and
a running
receiving.
back, like you gotta fill in for pass protection. You
But
talked about
dude, I'm
Leonard,
like a receiver. I'm 195 pounds. Like,
right?
feel me? I'm
Yeah,
like a slot doing this.
I mean, if you watching your tape,
Dante Hightower was 260 pounds. I'll never forget that. And then like I'm a rookie too, so I'm still learning the league. Bro, the whole week, bro, I'm watching him just push people into the quarterback. He just do if you see his blitz tape, like he's a straight bull rusher. He just run through guys his whole career. Like it was
attack
bad.
the midline,
I was
yeah.
nervous. Like I knew as soon as I came in there, he was gonna try me. I was like, bro, I can't. And Darius already ran me over like 4 weeks ago. That was the Darius thing. So that's already in the back of my mind because that was like in the beginning of training camp. This is like week 3, so that was like 6 weeks ago. I'm like, oh no, I cannot go out like this on Thursday night
Yeah,
football. I was thinking about all that the whole week. Like, I don't even remember the game plan. I just remember watching his blitz tape every day. And I was like, oh no.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
you talked about obviously Hightower playing against him, and then like playing with Myles Garrett and Darius Leonard. Is there a guy that you faced either once or multiple times in your career where you're like out there on the field and you're like, God damn, like we can't get the best of this guy. He's
Khalil
just too
Mack.
good. Khalil Mack.
I
I
played
mean,
against, see, when I played against Miles in Cleveland, I only played against him once or twice. He didn't, he might have had one sack, but he didn't go that crazy on him. Like when I was in Indy, a good game plan for him where he might wreck up some things, but like we normally put two people on him somehow. We formulated a way for a running back or a tight end to chip him. But Khalil Mack, who's another person we couldn't do nothing with? Let me think of some people. Oh, dude, the Jaguars D-line. We cannot do nothing with them. I watched them
Oh
draft all them
yeah, that
guys.
one year they had.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
my
shit.
gosh. The whole time I was in Indy, they got a first round defensive lineman between Josh. Josh Hines Allen has had he's had a field day on him. But I just remember Khalil Mack, like it was just his presence. Like man, look, we were in a draw twice. This man body slammed me. Like he did a stunt. I think him, Aaron Donald, honestly, all those crazy players I played against, it seemed like they didn't have like I ain't gonna lie, like I was never a part of one of them games where like Myles Garrett had 3 sacks. Like I'm thankful for that. He might have had a sack. Aaron Donald played good against us, but he didn't have one of like them crazy games. I
Hmm.
will say Luke Kuechly was crazy though. The Panthers, like we beat the Panthers, but dude, he was calling out everything. It was just working. The defense couldn't stop it.
Mhm.
Luke was calling out every play.
Yeah, he's another one of
That
those
dude's
guys.
IQ has to be the highest in NFL history,
Yeah.
man. I
uh,
mean, he is
He's
a
annoying.
genius.
He's
Darius is like
ridiculously
that too.
smart. It,
Darius used to call out stuff too, but yeah, Luke, I would come in for 2 plays. He say both the plays. Oh, this that one. He say both my routes. One time he changed the play to run. He said power left. We were definitely running power left. I was like, oh yeah, he on it. It still hit though, but like
That's
especially like back in the
insane,
day when
bro.
Luke had
What?
Thomas Davis, because this is on the other end of that cam. This is 19, so they're coming down. But I
Well,
can only imagine him in like
Yep.
2015 with
correct
Thomas
me if I'm
Davis.
wrong though, but being able to predict a play like that, you're picking up on like really, really detailed cues. Like maybe the tackles, like his alignment off of the guard's hip or something like that might be slightly different than
DB copies
and
too.
right. Yes.
Like
Yes.
Philip Rivers, like I know that Colts offense. So like when Philip Rivers came back and he was saying the plays, like y'all heard him at the line. I knew some of them plays. Like I knew when Philip was gonna snap the ball. Like Luke called one of the pick sixes. Luke was like, I know the play, so I'm not gonna say the play out loud. But he literally called the certain
Yep.
play, and he called it earlier in the game. And Luke was like, oh, he's throwing to the Y over the ball. And like I literally know the play. I played with Philip. Like I've been in that system. So it's like Luke pick up on stuff like that. Like even when y'all like when you make that change, like if your protection is Sprite. You got 2 times to say Sprite. That not even 2 times. You say Sprite, he's gonna know it's slide right. He's calling a blitz the other way. Or like certain plays, as soon as you call like Florida or Miami, you better say something different.
You better
Or
change it up. You're gonna know that word. The
yeah,
code
and
word.
also
Yeah.
in the league, people don't know this, but like every team has like we obviously have analytics in the league. It's been taking over the league. It's been big. I think it helps and hurts the game a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it hurts it because there's no emotion or momentum in it. But I think outside of that, it is good. But I think some of the critical decisions, maybe you got to look more into the game as opposed to the numbers. X's and O's, not that it's the bros and Joes. But I think with all that being said, I think that with the analytics and all that, I think that like it was just crazy like seeing how the game has changed and how like just seeing like even like
Mhm.
how now like boom, you can see how fast we run and we have people who literally watch all those TV copies. So like literally like we'll especially like with Andrew or a quarterback who talks a lot, like
Yep.
Josh, we didn't do it much because like Buffalo's offense is really complex. And Buffalo had hella plays. So we could say LeBron James 1,000 times because like we got like 3 other plays that are similar to LeBron James. But like in Buffalo or Indy, where you got a talking quarterback like Andrew, especially like Andrew, oh, he was on it. Like if we called a play more than twice, he'd be like, this week, the screen, if our screen name was Tiger, he'll be like, all right, guys, this week, Tiger, and it'd always be Lion. And we just change it so like that week, or like signals. Like I watched Andrew literally, I think it was Houston. He watched the TV copy from last week and made a play up off the TV copy that he saw. So like we had a screen, we had a screen signal. It was like this, like it was behind your butt, but like it was like this. He watched us call that screen, and we hit on it like a couple times. Actually, I actually hit on one of them. Like for like he checked it. It was like one of our checks that week where he would just check to it. So the next week we had the same thing. Even I was in on this play to make sure like it looked like that play last week, and he did the same thing. He went up, made it seem like we were changing the play, gave him the signal, screen and go, touchdown. I was like, dang. Like we even practiced it. Like we made it look exactly like last week. He would come up. He was like, "Hey Ryan, easy, easy, blah blah blah, blah blah blah." Like he made it look exactly like last week. I motioned out, ran the screen, and Ebron
Mhm.
bluffed and went up. And that's like
Wow.
it's crazy. Like people don't even realize like we watch the tape too. So when y'all hear it, like we're changing it too. That's people's
Right.
job. They make a lot of good money doing that the analytics stuff too.
Mm.
Logan Zander, you got anything
Yeah,
before I?
you mentioned Darius Leonard, Aaron Donald, Luke Kuechly, all of those fantastic defenders. I don't know who was the toughest defender you ever lined up against.
Mm. It's hard to say football a team game. Honestly, let's think of the defenses that I played together where we didn't do nothing. Mm. You know what? Toughest defenses. I'm not even gonna say players, but like a team that a couple players I'm gonna shout out really. That Jacksonville team in 2018. We went down there with Andrew Luck and scored 0 points. We did go for it on fourth down like 3 or 4 times and should have kicked field goals and possibly could have won the game, but we did not do nothing that day. They had Calais Campbell. I can't remember other defense linemen, but let me tell you, that's when they had Jalen Ramsey and Boyer and they
Hmm.
had Church. But let me tell you,
Mhm.
the two of the toughest linebackers I played against was Talvin Smith and what's his name? Miles Jack. Miles Jack
Yeah.
is such an
Ooh.
underrated player. Miles Jack in Jacksonville was probably I used to watch a lot of tape on him. Miles Jack was a really, really good player. Him and Telvin Smith together. I would say those two, like every time we played Jacksonville, it was hard, especially in the first few years because Miles was calling out everything. And Miles is like he's not the fastest in the world, but he kind of stocky. Like he like 240. So picking him up on a blitz is kind of hard because he really good enough to run you over or kind of move out the way. But also too in the run game, he was real strong. So like he could get off blocks better than a lot of other linebackers. And then Telvin Smith ran like 4.3, like he was flying out there. So like I think like especially younger in my career, those two dudes are probably like the hardest like linebackers I went against as being a running back and that being my matchup.
Mm.
But
Yeah, they were robbed of a Super Bowl berth. I still think that
Miles
was a
Miles
come
Jack,
on,
fumble.
that was a
let's be real,
fumble.
man. We know the offense. We know the Jags had offensive problems. Like that's why the Jags are a playoff team now. Like their defense been good. They just had to get a quarterback and get their offense going. But I told people this. I just tell Logan this. I'd be like, man, Logan, look, as soon as Trevor Lawrence or their quarterback get playing good, Jacksonville's a playoff team. Their defense been good for
Hmm.
9. They drafted
Yeah,
first of all. Look, I watched them draft that whole D line in the
right.
first.
Trayvon Walker was like one of the most under the radar number one picks.
And I ain't gonna lie, Will Anderson, when he got to Houston, yeah, he changed stuff around there. Because
Yeah.
I remember losing
Oh
Clowney
yeah.
and I'll say Houston, that D line. I remember them two, Clowney and JJ Watt, though they were MFers. I remember they left and it was a down year. Dude, as soon as they got Anderson at 22, that defense been turned up since then. That
Daniel
Houston Texans
Hunter too
defense.
on the other side
Yeah,
too.
putting Daniil in there was a crazy move for
And
them.
now their secondary is better than when it was when I was
Right.
there too. Because their secondary is locked down too. They're really, really good across the board now.
I think if
Hmm.
they can get a little, I mean, what Seattle does differently, I just love how they can disguise everything. Like they can they can double A gap like the linebackers and then send a blitz from their nickel, and it's just
But
Drigney
you,
had
but
no
you, but
idea
you know
where.
where that defense is from though. That's that Baltimore defense because McAdoo's
Right.
from there.
Yeah.
Baltimore,
Yeah, yeah.
you put you
Shout out
when
Mike
we used to
Mack,
play them
dude.
when he was there, bro. He runs crazy blitzes because
Mhm.
he run like he's one of them coordinators that will zero you, but he'll bring the safety. But he'll have both the safeties down. They'll pick and pop, but you don't know who's coming. But he's one of them coaches that like that defense is good and he has the right personnel. But I'll tell you right now, like you can look at Baltimore when he was there, their blitz package is certain teams only run certain blitzes. It's really complex how they do things. They be like you said, they'll spin. You'll see a guy spinning, you turn back on protection. There's two guys coming off the edge. It's hard.
No, believe me, I know. I had to watch my team suffer twice a year against them.
All right, so I got a couple of questions before someone else. I think Max wanted to go. So it's a two-part question. They're totally different. Okay, so let's say, would the Damar Hamlin kickoff return touchdowns, would that probably be your number one moment in your NFL career? If not, what's your number one, and what would be your number two if it is? And then the next question is, I want you to talk about a little bit about Guitar Hero because I know you shred guitar.
Okay. Is it the Demar? Is it the Demar thing? It's probably 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah,
It's up there. I'd say my other moment is the returns against Carolina. I think the Demar moment
I
was
wanted to bring that up. Your fourth all time in NFL history, most return yards in a game, right?
I think so. I don't know.
Yes, you had
I don't
195
know.
yards and two TDs. That's shattered the Colts franchise record that was set by Carl Tassif.
That's
That
true.
stood since October of 1956. It was the
I know I
highest
broke the
punt
record.
return yardage by any player in the league since Eddie Drummond. He had 199 in 2007. But you replaced Chester Rogers in that game, who was injured. So like you weren't even supposed to be like the starter until he got injured. So it was like you stepped in and you took
Yeah,
advantage of your opportunity.
yeah, and honestly, I think the Buffalo thing was cool because like I'm pretty sure I'm the only person who's ever run 2 punts back and 2 kicks in a game
Yes,
for sure.
for
Yes.
Buffalo you are.
Yes.
Yeah, so I know I'm
Yes.
the first. I think I'm the only person. I'm the only person in history to have 2 punts in a game and 1 game and 2 kicks. I think the cool. I think that those two. I think the Carolina one was. I'm not gonna say bigger than Demar, but I grew up with the Panthers. Like even to today, I'll tell you right now, I would love to play for the Panthers. So I hate that like the best 2 games of my career were against like my dad's from Connecticut and my mom's from Brooklyn. So I always had the Panthers, and then I always roll with my dad's team, the Patriots. So it's crazy that the best two games of my career are against the teams that I grew up cheering
It's
for.
awesome.
And I think outside of those two plays, I think my biggest and favorite memory is probably Phillip Rivers. I grew up watching Phillip Rivers my whole life, and his first touchdown as a Colt, he threw to me, and I remember giving him back the ball. So that was probably like my cool, like those are probably my top three experiences. I've had a lot of cool things, but those were like I remember getting that touchdown from Phillip and actually we were in Jacksonville, we lost again. I'm actually 0-6 I've never won in India, dude. India hasn't won in Jacksonville since like Andrew Luck's rookie year. I've never won there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I remember that I caught like a little 10-yard screen. I remember scoring and giving him a ball, and that was
You
like.
got Yeah, that's awesome. You got to tell us about Philip too. Like how is he as a
Yeah.
person,
Mhm.
as a quarterback? Like I love his
Let me
fire.
tell you something crazy. Who's fire? Him and Matt Ryan are so fire. Matt Ryan was
Yeah,
fire
Matt
too.
Ryan too. Yeah.
I hate that he went to Indy last and we did him like that because if Matt would have had the protection Phillip had that year, he might have played better than Phillip. But that year with Matt, that was a 1 year Indy's line was not playing good. We gave up like 15 sacks in the first. Like Indy's always been top 10 in giving up sacks. We gave up like 15 sacks in the first like 2 or 3 games. I think playing with Phillip was so cool because one, I grew up watching him and I was a fan. But like Phillip was one of those quarterbacks. He was a shot caller. Like I swear, sometimes like if we got behind, I don't even think I think Frank let him call plays. But also too, if Phillip went on a certain cadence, you knew he was changing the play. But it's like, bro, when he's changing the play, it's hitting. Like he's changing it to something like, and he won't selfish either. He won't just change it to a pass either. Like he love you too. He changes it to a run, you getting five. Like, and he had such control of the offense. You had to study more with him because Phillip was so smart. If we had inside zone, right, we could go inside zone. If we call it Badger, the actual base name of the play is 34 whip, and we call it like in left and directions is Lucy and Rachel,
Yeah.
and we could say Rachel whip. He would mix all the words together. So like we
Yeah.
could say inside zone, we could say it 3 times. He'd be like Badger. Then he'll be like Rachel Badger. Then he'll come back and he'll hit you with the actual code name for like what it's called like 34 whip. He'll be like Rachel whip. And I'm like, wait, what? Oh, whip inside. Oh, okay. So it's like Philip was really good because like he like especially with run plays and protections, he would because we had code names and stuff, and he'd give you the base name so like teams can pick up on it. So you had to study. I think him talking junk was crazy. It was funny. Like I remember watching him run out of bounds one time, and like the DB tried to hit him. He didn't fall. You know, Philip is slow as dirt. He over here talking about some. That's all you got.
He's
That's
a
all you
he's a
got. I'm
trash
like,
talker, man. I love seeing his mic'd up.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe I'm a front runner when I talk junk, but if I was that slow, I would not be talking junk to anybody because I know if I get to running, I'm gonna die. I'm just like, dude, yeah, no, like it was funny, but I think just having that like, and I mentioned him and Matt Ryan because those are like two like Hall of Famers. Even Andrew Luck and Josh Allen, they all different, but like it was different with them because like they were just in the game. Like
Right.
Josh is a completely different player because Josh is Superman out there. He just put his cape on. But like those two guys,
Mhm.
they were so dialed in. Like they had an answer for everything. I love playing with them. Like you could ask them a question, you got one question to ask. After that, they're gonna tell you to just do what the hell they said. Hey Philip, if he runs this coverage, are you gonna do this? How about you do what the fuck told you to run? Or he didn't say like Matt would say, Matt would be like, do what the fuck, you know how Matt would. Matt be like, get fucking set. But like Philip would be like, stop asking the questions. I told you the route. Like they had control. It was like your quarterback's your peer. They were like your father. Like even when they would yell at you, it was like your daddy yelling at you.
Yeah.
I dropped the ball one time. He said, "Come on, Heem, you're better than that." Like, what was to say to that? You know, most quarterbacks would be like, "Catch the fucking ball." Philip really just
I'm sure
shamed
that
me.
hurts coming from a Hall of Fame guy
He really just
like
shamed me.
Rivers too,
Yeah, but
right?
it's not like like they do it in a different way. Like a father, like they're not gonna cuss you out. Like Matt will cuss sometimes, but it's really like disappointment as opposed to anger rage. Like I remember, I'll never forget dropping a pass. He's like, "Heem, come on, you're so much better than that." I was like,
There's your
I
motivation
looked at the
to do better on the
jumbotron.
next play, man.
I looked up at the jumbotron. Damn. Next play, he came right back to me though.
That's
That's why they
awesome.
get like him, Andrew, all those quarterbacks, some good quarterbacks. Like even if you drop a ball, they try to get back to you. But playing with Philip was a whole experience. I'm excited. I saw him play again this year. I ain't gonna lie. I was hoping I could come back to India and we could respark 2020 together.
That'd be
The
sweet.
one thing I hope he got that that extra year that extra year severance for coming back and playing that game out of retirement. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
he got all them kids. So I mean he locked in a little bit. I'm sure
Right.
you don't need it, but
Yeah. I
Dude,
mean, but
he has
I
a
mean
whole football roster.
that's why they
I
brought
haven't
him
seen all the
into
family.
Indy. That's probably why they
I
brought him
met
into
like
Indy.
3 of his kids. I met Gunner. I met like the older one. I met Gunner and Pete, and I saw one of the daughters. Dude, I remember meeting Philip in 2020, and obviously, like when I first met Philip, I was in awe because Philip Rivers is the first quarterback I remember. Like I remember Philip Rivers and I remember Tom Brady. Those are two guys I remember. And Philip, like I always like NC State. I guess I liked red, so I guess NC State was the home team. I remember watching Philip when I was a kid, and I remember talking to Philip when I first meet him. He's like, "Yeah, I'm sending my oldest girl off to college. My youngest kid's like 3 or like 6." What? Or she might be about to. I lied. She was going to college. So yeah, she graduated college and stuff. She's like, I think she might be like 25 or 20. She might be
Wow.
like, she might literally be. I think I'm not even 5 years older than her. But at one point, I think he was sending his oldest off to college, and his wife just had a kid or something. And
I'm
my
pretty
family said
sure
they
he's a
saw him all once, and she
grandfather
said that.
He
too.
is a
My family literally
grandfather.
said that. Oh, he's a grandfather?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
became a grandfather, I think, this year.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
crazy.
it's nuts.
wow. That
Um,
family tree is going to be big.
was there a player? I mean, Philip Rivers obviously might be one of them. That when you got into the league and you were playing with me, you were a teammate or whatever, that you were like a little, or you were playing against them, that you were like a little starstruck. You're like, wow, like I'm playing against or with so and so right now.
When we played Tom Brady, that was cool. I tell all the younger kids this, like the first year or two, enjoy that shit because like after that point, like I played against Tom Brady like 3 or 4 times. Like it was just Tom Brady. I was
Yeah.
tired of losing that man. Like it becomes
Mhm.
business.
Right.
I would say this: Starstruck wise, Eric Ebron and T.Y. Hilton. Those are like my big brothers. But I also had a lot of respect, and I was big fans of them growing up. Like I actually talked to Ebron the other day. But T.Y. I used to love T.Y. I was T.Y.'s biggest fan, and T.Y. actually took me under his wing. I used to be able to ask T.Y. questions, and he helped me develop a lot. But like I remember seeing T.Y. and like I don't know what T.Y. looked like. I'm like, oh, that's T.Y. I didn't know what to think about him. All I know is I saw him put that Indy helmet on, and I saw them dreads flying out the back, and I just saw that 1-3, and it was over with. So I think like maybe I don't think I got starstruck playing against a lot of people, other than maybe like Tom Brady. But like being on a team, I remember meeting Ty, and I was like starstruck. I was like, dude, I gotta get close with this dude. That was cool. And I would say Diggs. I wouldn't say I was starstruck with Diggs, but I was. What's the word? I don't know the word for Diggs. I guess I would say starstruck because he's so popular.
Like
But I was also
honored.
surprised.
Yeah, like
I was
you're like,
surprised
wow,
at
I'm
like how
playing
he
with him. That's
was.
cool.
I was surprised at how he was like as opposed to like what he may look like. Like I liked him a lot because he was a star player, but there were certain things that were said about him. But like honestly, that was one of the best leaders I ever been around. Actually, like he worked hard. Like Ty worked hard too, bro. Diggs used to work his ass off every day. Like even during special teams, we have 20 minute special teams. Diggs over there crafting. Like you see all the releases you see Diggs on Instagram, he doing that at practice Wednesday, Thursday, hitting this thing. So I think it was kind of crazy, like being with such a star player like that. Because like even Buffalo, like he a superstar. Him and Josh are superstars when they were there. He a
Yeah.
superstar, and I'm watching that dude every day bust his behind. And I know like whatever happened in the media, but like every day he be at one of the first people out there working. He was our vocal leader. Like at that time, Josh still speaks, but you know how Josh is. Josh is a great leader, but Josh leads by play a lot too. But you always need a vocal leader, and more times than not, you got more than one vocal leader. And he was our biggest vocal leader. And I was just surprised like to see like such a superstar like that, like humbling himself up, like even me taking me under his wing. Like he looked out for all of us, and he was really loved in that locker room.
Yeah,
Like
he
and
got a
I
lot
promise
of
you,
he
in
got a
New
lot of
England.
bad rep from the media.
Look, I can tell
I
you right
think
now, he got a bad rep, but I can tell you right now, in New England, they like him too. He a real one. Like he gonna
Mhm.
tell you what it is. But because people aren't in the locker room, and a lot of people haven't played football, they don't understand the emotions of it. Like, yes, he has emotional spikes, but it's like
He
any person who
real.
play football get that. We gonna get around that and get past that. But it's just like he was real passionate. Like, dude, want to win. He want to win more than anything. I'm so happy he got to the bowl. I'm sad he
100%.
lost, but like that's what all he wanted. Like he wanted his yards, and like sometimes like he a star player, he want the ball, but like I was really surprised at how passionate he was, how like much he actually cared about the team, not himself. Like it was that's why it was so cool. Him and Ty, like Ty was like that too. Ty was that dude, and Ty
Now,
was out like a regular dude.
now the age-old question, and this is going back to Diggs in the Minnesota days. Would you let him date your sister?
No, my sister's engaged though, so I guess no. She's engaged. You gotta talk to her man's.
That's
Oh, Xander, that was
What I
hilarious.
good.
know,
That was good.
Thank
be
you.
fun though.
All right,
Facts.
so
Yeah.
Too much fun though.
you had a lot of mentors. That was actually where I was going next. Outside of coaches, would you say Ty was like that big mentor for you? You said he was like a big brother for you.
Ty and Ebron. I still talk
Yeah.
to Ebron and Ty till today, but them two dudes right there, those boys got my heart, man. They showed me one, they were second contract guys. So I'm 21 years old coming in the league, like Ty driving a Lambo and shit. Like I ain't never seen that shit before. Ty got a big ass house. Like it also
Mhm.
showed me a lot of things are possible. Like if you work hard, like Ebron, like Ebron was Ebron, so like he's just funny. You know, he's very, very outgoing and a
Mhm.
very expressive personality. But like them taking me under their wing. Obviously, I do some rookie duties. I used to pick up stuff for Ebron and do stuff. But like it was just cool to be around such guys like that and just see like work with them, see them get the ball on Sunday, see them get their second contract, and look at them and be like, damn, like maybe one day if I play my cards right, I might have a land board. Just like do the things like that. And honestly, in part, more importantly, like take good care of their families. Like their kids were looking, their kid not spoiled, but like their kids aren't worried about anything. Their kids aren't worried about their next meal. Their kids are living a cool life. Like
Yeah.
I don't got no kids or anything, but it's like cool. Like Ebron's kids come over, they're like, "Oh, these are Colts players." Like blah blah blah. Like that was it was really cool. Like to see that, so, and it was cool. Like to see like one day, hopefully, like I'll take care of myself, set myself up that way, and have my family like that in a position where they don't have to worry about things.
Yeah, 100%.
I got one more Bills question for you real
All right,
quick.
let's get it.
Yeah, so on the team, I know you were traded there mid-season and then after the season you didn't come back, so there wasn't a ton of time in there. But when you were there, not from a on the field perspective, but from a friendship or whatever perspective, who do you think you got along with the best? Like who's your boy up there in Buffalo?
The running backs. Me and James Cook used to hang out a lot. I love Devin. We hang out. I would say probably James or Damian Harris.
Oh, Damian, man, I forgot about.
Damian used to take my Zens every day. Every day. And I never understood why. Because one, why are you asking me for Zins? I'm older than you. Stop asking me. I should be asking you. You should be bringing me Zins. Two, there's a gas station. Look, in Buffalo, there is a gas station right across the street from the facility. I literally
Right.
just stopped there. What? It's 7:30 in the morning. He'd be like, "Hey, Heem, you got a Zin?" I always give it to him, but I gotta talk to him about that one day. Like, bro, come on, bro. It's like I always think like Damien was my boy.
That's hilarious.
Nah, he asked
What's
me for his Zin every day. Like
That's
every
so
day in
funny.
meetings. Every time we sat in our running
Hey,
back room in the morning and the afternoon meeting, he'd be like, "Hey, Heem, you got this in?" I'm
that's
like,
crazy. The Nick
and I'm like two
addiction
years
don't
older than him
quit, huh?
experience wise. I'm like, yo, like, I'm about to start asking him to bring me, boy, if you don't bring me some gins and a bottle cup to get my bottle ready too. But you know, it was
That's
fun.
so funny. You know,
uh
looking back on your whole career, one question I'd love to know the answer to. There's a lot of younger sports kids. You see that their heads get down, they start to lose confidence and everything. How did you handle adversity, with the injuries, the role changes, just the whole uncertainty in the league without losing that confidence?
Shoot, I lost some of it sometimes. Shoot,
Mm,
I had a good therapist. Shout out to my therapist. But honestly, when it comes to the younger generation and that, I would just say this, man: work it till you can't work it wrong no more. Practice does not make perfect. It makes permanent. So
mm,
just what I would tell younger kids if they're trying to get to where I am, look at what we do. And obviously you don't have the money we have, but establish good habits. Like, yeah, you can't go get a massage like we can, but you can stretch every day. That's what I did. I stretched every day for like
yeah,
15 years. Like I actually like I hate stretching now because I stretch my whole life. And I would say just prepare to be an athlete. Like you're gonna have your days, but like I saw this video and I'll say this, right? In basketball, right? You're not gonna make all the shots, right? You're not
yeah,
gonna miss them neither, right? You really going
yeah,
a good day, you might hit 15 out of 20 of the shots. A bad day, you might hit 3 out of 20. But the thing is, you know the outcome. You know you're not gonna make every shot, and you know that you're not gonna miss every shot. So why are you yelling and mad about those results, knowing that's gonna happen? Like you know that you're gonna
exactly.
catch a
Yeah,
ball and you know that you're gonna drop a ball. So the ones that can differentiate that and be like, okay, this is gonna happen and get back from it, that's how you snap back. But honestly, I
yeah,
would just say really like as far as dropping a ball, especially football players, a punt return, dropping a punt, it's a shot to your confidence. It's hard, like, but you got to really just have some good people around you, or do it. Like, sometimes you just got to really wake up in the morning too and look in the mirror and remind yourself who you are. But I would say, especially if your head's down and you don't have confidence, work it so you can't get it. Work it till you can't get it. I'm like, I ain't even gonna lie. I love watching Naruto. Watch that show. It's all about training. Like you work hard. Like I watched it a lot, but like I used to love Rock Lee. Like I used to do that same thing. Like I wouldn't
yeah,
be like him and be like, I can't do this, I can't do that. But like there were times where like if I can't run 4 200s in 28 seconds, I got to do 300s. And I did that a lot. Like, don't overtrain, but be smart. But like, you have to work. Like, anywhere, even in college, you're not about to just go to them workouts and be better than people. Like in college, when I was in college, I used to work out, do them workouts. Me and Thayer Thomas used to be before we would go out too. We would go out before we went out. We'd be in the Murphy, the Carter, the indoor facility running routes. or catching jugs from like 8 to 11. We go home, shower, and go out. Like, or whatever you're gonna do because we're in college or whatever. But like, you have to outwork people. And if you don't have that confidence, a lot of confidence comes from lack of preparation. And there's gonna be times where you fail and things don't work out for you, but you also have to understand that like you supposed to fail. It's not gonna be easy. Like, but you're also supposed to have success too. That's why it's
Mhm.
life. Like, there's gonna be ups and downs. So like, if you know there's success coming, you also gotta know there's failure.
Exactly. What did football teach you about yourself that had nothing to do with sports?
Y'all asked me some really good questions. I haven't been asked these questions. What did football teach me? It taught me that you can only do what your mind allows you. Football, although it's physical, okay, so yes, it's relatively physical, but like when you are an NFL athlete, you are already on that type of level where you are already essentially the same talent level athletically as them. After that, it's mental. So I would just say, truthfully, like if you don't believe in yourself, you second guess yourself, it doesn't work. But you have to make sure in between the ears is really good. Like, and I've learned that honestly, I'm a lot stronger than I can be. But also, I've learned too that God is a real thing too. Like, there have been so many times where I did not have faith or I did not trust myself, and I guess I trusted myself because I did it. But while I was doing it, I was like catching a punt. Sometimes I'm like, oh crap,
Hmm.
I die. I catch it, like, oh goodness, I didn't die. Like, you don't know until you put your mind to it. And I just always
Yeah.
say that to people. Like, you have to, I think that's the one thing it taught me. It taught me that truthfully, like, I always say I was a dog, but I feel like football has proved to me that I am the dog I think I am. We all think we're dogs, but what do you do when adversity hits? I feel like I've faced adversity well. And I think the biggest way you can really judge a man, really, especially as men, not women, as men, we judge a lot of ourselves on how we deal with adversity. Are we gonna cry? Are we gonna how are we gonna respond to adversity? Are we gonna soak on it for 3 days? And I feel like as men, we all can understand that like you play that sport, you have an adversity, and that's the one thing I like about football that like we all play sports that we know that like people who don't play sports get like when you have that adversity, you can't like and sometimes in life you can run away from it. In football, lacrosse,
Hmm.
basketball, you can't run from that adversity. You drop that pass, you got to go right back out there and do it again. And I think that's one of the best things that I love from the sports.
Yeah, 100%.
Love it. You guys got anything else before we wrap this up?
Yeah, one last thing.
Go
So
ahead, man.
you're obviously trying prepping to go back into the league this year. You're a free agent right now. Plug yourself real quick. What would you tell teams that you're gonna bring them if they want to sign you? What is the number one thing that they should know about you?
I'm me. I would say what I'm going to bring him is explosiveness. Even my brief time back with the teams, I've showed some signs of life. I would say this is the first rehab. I mean, everybody knows my injury. This is my first real offseason of rehabbing in since I got hurt. So I'm gonna say that I'm coming back better than I will be, and I'm saying that truthfully, physically speaking, I'm probably gonna come back like I was 26 or 27. I had 2 years off. So I think what you're gonna get out of me is you're gonna get a smart player, a dynamic player, a secure player, but we know what I'm here for. You want a guy who's gonna make you miss in space, or beat that linebacker, beat that safety 1-on-1, and you want him to score, call me. I've been doing that my whole career, and I'll be doing it when I get back. I just need the opportunity.
Hell yeah,
Any
man. I watched
any
you doing the
team?
preseason too this year. Just coming right off that injury. Like I
Oh boy,
remember
that
me and
was
my girl watching the game and you
boy.
were carving
Let
it
me
up.
tell
You were
you,
looking explosive right off the
boy,
injury.
that preseason was crazy. Because
You
dude,
were looking good this
dude, let me tell
preseason.
you about that preseason, bro. It was such a hard preseason because honestly, when I was rehabbing last year, like my knee wasn't probably good until like May or June.
Wow.
So I actually did a few workouts and my knee was good, but like I wasn't all the way back yet. And I don't think I got all the way back yet until probably June. So I really didn't even train. So dude, when I first got to the Chargers, dude, we had 6 days of practice in a row. 5 days full pad. One day off, went right back to 5 days full pad. Then I played that game. Dude, I feel like after camp, I was like, dang, it was just like camp, I started out good, but like, I'm excited. I'm happy I played last year to get used to that wear and tear. Like, because training camp, you feel good. Week 5, feel good. So I think it was like really cool, and I'm excited to like obviously have a better opportunity to get my legs under me and just build
100%.
up.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah.
Any team will be lucky to sign you. I'm hoping Joe Brady takes a look, man. I want you back in Buffalo,
Hey, shout
man.
out to him, man. He
Or
helped me learn the
Vrabel.
playbook. I hope he ain't change it. Tell him to give me a call. I like that play. I fit that offense. That's why I hated that all that stuff happened with me because it was like that was one of the offenses I really fit there. They run from the gun.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They obviously
Yeah.
got good players, but like as a player for me, like I'm not gonna say they run a college style offense, but they run out the gun a lot more. And honestly, throughout my career, the quarterbacks like Phillip do run out the gun more and just like be in the gun more. I'm more of a gun running back than I guess I'm understanding running back. So
Right. I mean, you're involved in the
I
pass
can
game
do
more,
both,
screens and all
but
that.
like,
Yeah.
I like screens. So
Yeah.
I have one last question. In your 8-year NFL career, what is one play that you saw in game that made you go, "Holy shit,
Justin
did that just
Jefferson, the
happen?"
craziest shit I ever seen. That Justin
Oh,
Jefferson catch in Buffalo, I cannot believe I was a part of that. First of all, we were up
Fuck,
20 to
man.
10 and we were spanking them. Like, first of all, that might be one of the craziest games of my life, just because it was like we was kicking their ass for like 50 of the 60 minutes. And then the
Yep.
last 10 minutes, right? The last 7 minutes of it, it was like, yo, what the heck? Then the last 2 minutes, I remember we fumbled a snap and they just recovered it. I'm like, what the hell? Then we lost in overtime. It was like everything was cool. And then like the last like 9 minutes of the game, we were just like, damn. But I will say this, that catch on
That's
fourth and 18 was the wildest thing I ever seen. And on top of that, if you go back and watch that game, he was on straight X Games mode the whole fourth quarter. Like he was catching, bro, he had like 4 or 5 crazy passes. Like I promise that day right there, I don't even say this often about a lot of players. That day, after that day game was over, I said, yo, that's the best receiver in the NFL. That catch was remarkable. I wish
Dude,
we could have
that
saw it on
game.
the sideline. Because like obviously on the cameras and stuff it looked crazy, but bro, when you were on the field and you just see him jump, like I was just like, and what made it worse is RDB tried to catch it. So he helped him catch it because he got it in between.
right.
He really went to catch it. Justin's hand went in the middle of it and he really took the ball from him coming down.
It was 4th and 22. Von Miller had the pressure on, and Cam Lewis was playing great. He played great defense on that play. There's just nothing you could do. I was
Bat
so
the ball
heated.
down. It's 4th and 18. When you got a shark out there, you don't need to put no blood in the heel over here like this.
Yeah.
It's so crazy because as an offensive player, we always say that, but like when you're a defensive guy, the ball never coming to you like that. So it's like they got it, but like, dude, I can't even be mad about how the play happened, bro. Sometimes like let's be real, the tie goes to the offense. Good offense will always be good defensive, though.
Yep.
You feel me? But like that,
Mhm.
I was actually watching. I actually watched like the end of this game like a month ago, because like a month or two ago, because me and Jamal were talking about it. Look, like I was like, yo, like
It's funny
I'm
you
so
brought
glad
that
you asked
up.
me. No, no,
It's
no. Like
funny you
if you
brought
watch
that
it, it
up
had to be
too.
game of the year. It had to be.
I think it
Oh,
was
100%.
one. I think the NFL does their own like top 5 games or whatever, and that was one of them. I was heated. I was so mad, bro. It was one
Unbelievable.
of the best games I've ever watched with my own 2 eyes. But
We were up 28-10 and lost. The only
yeah,
thing I can think of worse than that was when I was in Indy. It was Lamar Jackson. We were at Monday Night Football. We were up 22-3
That's
with 3 minutes
right.
left,
That
yeah.
and we
game.
lost.
That's
I'll never forget my
right.
friend. And look, I'll never forget my friend called me pissed because we sold this parlay. He was gonna make like 500. Boy, I was
my
pissed.
God. I would have hung
No,
up on him so
we were
quick.
up 22-3. I'll never forget this game because our kicker got hurt. I had to hold a field goal 'cause I'm the backup holder. We had our
It was
punter kicking a
Rodrigo,
field
wasn't
goal.
it?
Bro, I just never forget, dude. We were up 22-3. And for whatever reason, we just went like Tampa 2 the rest of the whole fourth quarter after that. And Lamar just checked the ball down the field like 3 times and he scrambled. And then look, they tied the game. Like I promised to God, it was 22-3. And I know it had to be 12 minutes. That's the last time I remember looking at the clock and remembering the score like that. Dude, I'll never forget. After that, they get the ball first in overtime, and then they score. We never got the ball. I just,
Oh, that was
Dude, that
brutal.
that would
I
piss
was
me off so
mad that
bad.
game.
Like it's different when a fan is like, "Oh, you sold my parlay," but your boy's calling you up after the game and telling you that.
dude, dude, dude. Literally, he had the parlay with us winning or whatever. It wasn't even like a straight. It wasn't even like a point spread or nothing. He had a parlay with like certain play. I don't sports bet, so I don't know that stuff. But I
Right.
know like whatever bets he had, they all hit. And Indy just had to beat Baltimore. He had a 10 leg parlay. He was gonna make like 500K. Like he called me pissed. He's like, man, if I put
500K.
$100 and I was about to win $500,000. He's
Ooh.
like, and what happened was he was at work. So he was
Ooh.
at work checking the score. So he saw it 20-3. He said, man, Nyheim, I didn't check the score for 20 minutes. I see this, y'all overtime and y'all lose. He called, bro. I
Dude, he
promise
was
you, God,
probably
he
getting
called me.
ready to quit his job.
Dude, it was a Monday night game. He called me at like at 12:30 because we had just got off the bus. We were just getting on the bus. Like we were on the bus. He called me like because between the shower, interviews, and all that, we're gonna be on the bus. Like if the game's over at the game 8:15, like 8:15. We're gonna be done at like 11:30ish. We're gonna be on the bus. Like I'm gonna be on the bus probably by like 12. That man called me at like 12:10. The bus hadn't even taken off. Players were still getting on the bus.
That's
Oh man,
hilarious.
I wish I could think of some more parlays, but I just
That's
remember
so
that, and I just
funny.
remember him calling me after that, and I just remember like being on ES. Look, that we were so look. we were so sick. Me and my boy Zach Pascal, we were so sick after that loss. You know how we travel after we leave, right? We got back home at like Baltimore's a quick flight. I think we got home at like 2. I promise to God, I went right to ZP's house and I spent the night there and I stayed with him, bro. We literally sat and it came on ESPN. I promise we had drinks and watched the game.
It's just like, how the hell did that happen? You
Yeah.
know?
You've had those games where like you just like there's games where you don't want to see it, and that's normally the case. But then like that one, even the Minnesota one, I was like, I gotta see this again. What happened?
Right.
It's
What
like
went wrong? Yeah.
That
that's
is
football though. Like
funny.
that's why sometimes I say the things about analytics because sometimes, bro,
Any given Sunday.
any given Sunday, you like each level you go at, the momentum is crazy. Like I remember college momentum, and it was like you couldn't do nothing. But like in the league, them dudes be so good. It's like when that momentum switch, it's like you can't do nothing. Like they go
Yeah.
from like the quarterback will go from like tip passes to him hitting them right in the numbers. Two people
Hmm.
in, bro. I've seen the quarter like with momentum, like especially when the quarterback's rattled. Literally seen the same quarterback sail the ball, dude. What the whole next quarter, he's just throwing in the double coverage, dicing stuff or like we have a fumble, like we have in Indy, this would happen. Like in Indy, we'd be up at like 14 or something, or fumble or do some dumb stuff. And it's like as soon as they pick up that fumble and score, it's like they just score 3 times. Like it's like eventually, like what happens after a fumble? What they gonna do? Take a shot. Boom, touchdown. Then we go 3 and out. Then another big play. Boom. Now it's 14-14. You'd be like, damn.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
Mm.
Those are some crazy games. You've been a part of some really
Yeah.
good games. Really
Oh
good
God.
games.
I ain't
And
gonna
you've
lie.
had the best seat.
If I was in Buffalo any longer, if I was in Buffalo for another year or two, I'd be a part of some crazy ones because some of the ones that Buffalo has been a part of, I'm happy I won't in some of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Some
Yeah,
of them were good,
that's
some of them were bad, but like I ain't gonna
I'm
lie to you,
just
Buffalo is
I'm
always in some
staring at
crazy
Max
shit.
right now.
like, what
Oh
do you even
man.
do in the locker room after a loss like that? Do you just like, so what's
You
even
sit there.
said?
What you do is what I used to do sometimes after some BS like that. You don't even pick your phone up. I literally would like you know how the locker room like. Well, I guess you could sit where you want to, but in Buffalo you had stools. I literally sometimes would just sit there and just stare at the back of the locker, like especially if I did some BS. I'd be like, I can't believe this because you guess what you're gonna do. You know you're gonna get on Twitter, and you know you're gonna get on Instagram as a guy. You know you about to see some BS or some dirt thrown on your name, or you're gonna know somebody's talking ish about you. So like you be like, and we go and get ready. And you only got 5 minutes because literally we gonna come in after everybody again. The coach gonna bring us up, and the media's coming in like 5 to 10 minutes after. Like we don't. I think we get. I don't even think we get 10 minutes. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like you gotta
crazy.
collect yourself right now, right there, because you can really like be sitting right there. They ask you a question, you turn around and say something dumb. It's like what you really do is go collect your thoughts. But like there, in the Buffalo locker room, I can tell you there have been times where like we all just sat there in our locker, just stared. Like the playoff losses, you losing the playoffs, high school, college, or the pros, it's like somebody died in there.
Yeah, it feels like it as a fan too, trust me.
In the league, but in the league, I will say this because we are pros. I'm not gonna say it's a cool thing, but like even if you don't make the playoffs, like especially if you have an away game, even like I'm not gonna say even if we lose, but like win or lose, like we try to have a good time because like one thing we do appreciate in the NFL is knowing that that team will never be the same.
Yeah,
So
that's a
even
good
like
point.
bro, in the
Right.
locker room we'll be like, dang, we lost, but in the playing, like we'll try. We're not gonna enjoy our time. We're gonna try to turn up some music and like just socialize one last time because we already know as soon as that exit meeting hits on Monday, we all going our separate ways.
Mhm.
But it's like that at that
Oh,
moment
that's
after the game,
brutal.
it's like, dang. The next thing you like, it's like, especially a playoff loss, you'd be like, damn, the season's over. Especially like I've lost in some crazy ways and it hurts. But you go in that, and then the next day it's like, dang, this sucks. I'm gonna think about it all season. And then at that same moment, you're shifting because you're like, dang, like I got some boys who probably go somewhere else. Some guys are retiring,
Yeah.
like we got contracts, and it's like, okay, let me appreciate this moment and enjoy my time with these people here.
It's kind of like the banquet right at the end of the game. You know
Yeah,
what I
we don't have
mean?
no banquet, so like that be our banquet. Like
Right.
I guess yeah,
Yeah.
you are right. In college you have banquet. Yeah, so like in the NFL you don't have a banquet. So like I guess our banquet is like if you have especially if you're in a away game,
Right.
you be like shoot,
Yeah.
let's eat the good food they give us. They give us great food on there. The Wi-Fi be free. We always like we got Chick-fil-A or whatever they have that night. It's always some good food.
Yeah.
The coaches will get up and walk around. Everybody will be talking.
Hell yeah.
It's cool.
I love Chick-fil-A. I got one more question before I end it. All right. And this is the outside the box question I just came up with. Someone that you played against or played with in college that you're like, damn, he should have went to the league. That they really missed out on that guy.
Ooh.
Boy, gotta think about Matt Days. Matthew Days, that dude at NC State was so nice. Number 21, he played with me when I was in college. He was a running back. He's the reason I played receiver. I knew when I went to NC State, I knew I'd be a running back, but I knew I was gonna have to wait my time for him to leave. So for me to play, I went him and Shadrack Thornton. But Matt Days, he was nice. I don't know what his 40 was. The thing with Matt was he got hurt his junior year, and I know he had like a fourth round projection. He messed up his toe, so he came back. Next year, he finished the year hurt, and I know at the combine he didn't train well, or he didn't test well because he didn't do nothing at the combine. And then I know he had some issues, and I know his 40 wasn't what he ran, and he ended up going in the seventh round to Cleveland. But he went to the seventh round of Cleveland. There was like Duke Johnson. They had dogs over there, so I don't think he ever got no fair shot. But I'm sad that he got hurt because he really was like a third or fourth round guy, maybe a second rounder. And I think maybe him specifically if he goes around higher, goes to a different team, or goes undrafted, gets to pick his team, I think that boy's still playing. He was nice. I definitely would say Matthew Days. He was in the league for like a year or two, but like, I think Matt could still be playing in the league.
Yeah. Wow. I'm gonna have to
I,
look him
I,
up and watch some tape on him. And you
Like he had
mentioned
this one. He was how tall? He was like 5'10", like maybe 215.
wow.
But like he had a good burst. Downfield speed was straight. He had a good burst. He could run through stuff, but he had this quick move, like the 1-2. He hit you with the. I
Hmm.
ain't like like he's Matt was one of them dudes who could use like this one move. He had other moves, but it's like when he did that move, it always worked. He would
Yeah.
size you up, bing bing, every
Yeah.
time.
mm, I want to
Did
hear
you,
more about this Guitar Hero that Logan mentioned earlier.
Guitar Hero, Rock Band. Dude, I've been on Clone Hero, so I've been playing Rock Band so much. I want to get more songs, so I actually bought a gaming PC and downloaded Clone Hero. So it's like Rock Band. It's really like Guitar Hero. It looks like Guitar Hero 5 or 3. And you can go on your computer, the tab, and just they have a website where you can basically download any song. So I've been just
wow.
playing all sorts
That's
of songs,
sick.
honestly. I have
You
all
gotta play
my
some Stevie Ray Vaughan for me sometime. That's my favorite
Oh, he's so
guitarist.
hard to play though.
Yeah, that's the tough one. That's the
Nah,
tough
he's fun
one.
though. You know what? Honestly, truthfully, I was happy. I'm happy I played Rock Band so much. I actually just learned how to play the guitar. And honestly, truthfully, it's me playing Rock Band, especially Clone Hero, has helped me grow my knowledge in guitar. Like I've just gotten better. I learned a lot of music theory and I learned a lot of the notes. But honestly, like some of the best ways I think I learned how to play is just by covering music because I learned how to strum different
Mm,
movements. I look at YouTube covers to see how their fingers are. I'm gonna get back to lessons, but I will say that like even just playing Clone Hero, I've been downloading so many songs, and then like truthfully, like I play the guitar, so I'll play the song on Clone Hero, Guitar Hero, and I kind of know what notes they are. So I'll literally play the song like on Clone Hero. We get done when I'm done strumming, I'll be like, I think I can play this on the real guitar. I'll go look up the tabs on it. Depending on the song, especially like it's an easy song, like a Paramore song, maybe. I probably will have the song. I could probably play the song perfectly in probably about an hour or less,
Wow.
depending on how hard. Just learn the parts because like obviously I'm by myself, so even when I learn stuff like they have rhythm parts and lead parts, like for me to learn a song, I have to like play the rhythm and the lead together. So like that's the hardest part. But
mm.
like truthfully, I played so many songs with Rock Band, I was like, I think I can play this on the guitar. Then I looked it up on the guitar. Like that's
You,
how I played Crush 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 by Paramore. I literally was playing on the guitar. I was like,
you
this is
play
not
electric or acoustic?
electric.
Electric.
Ooh.
What's
I
the
I
wasn't.
did know that. I did know that. You were playing when you were playing the game once.
Oh yeah, I was playing. I grew up drumming and I played the saxophone. So I honestly like through my knee surgery, I would say I had a I started playing Rock Band probably like 4 years ago.
Mhm.
Maybe again, but I think it helped me a lot through my surgery. Just took my mind off a lot of BS I was going through. Even my surgery, it was kind of like it was sucked because it wasn't on the field, so it was like an unforced error, which really sucked. But even like that was the one thing that made me happy every day. I couldn't walk for like a good 2 months. Like my knee took a minute, but
Yeah.
I remember every day just like going home every day, like propping my leg up and just leaning back and just playing Guitar Hero.
Mm.
And then
What's
actually, when I
your
could actually sit and bend my knee, that's when I learned how to play the guitar. So that's what I did to like because at first Logan knows how it is. You have to have leg. As soon as I got like being able to bend my knee, that's when I started learning how to play the real guitar.
Yeah.
in your opinion, what's the greatest guitar solo of all time?
Mm.
I think
I'll
there's
say this.
one
Okay, I'll,
answer
I'll
for
give you
this.
this. Greatest guitar solo. I'll say greatest guitar player I think ever is Jimi Hendrix. I would say
I like it.
his Voodoo Child or Purple Haze solo at Woodstock. Like his Purple Haze solo was I like Purple Haze just because he sounds different, but those solos are crazy. I mean, I like a lot of music, but I also have to give honorable mention to When Doves Cry, the opening intro. Prince.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
nothing about so my favorite guitar solo of all time, "While My Guitar Gently Weeps" by Prince.
I was gonna say,
my mom is a big
Ooh,
Prince. Like I play a Telecaster because my mom was a big Prince fan. So like
yeah.
I actually play a tel. I have a few guitars, but my go to is a Tele Deluxe. And actually, you know what's crazy? I like the Arctic Monkeys a lot, so I'm a big Alex Turner fan. But dude, the Jazz Master, I got on the
Mm.
Jazz Master late, but those Jazz Masters and those Mustangs, they sound really sweet and they got a really good tone to them. But like Prince is the reason I play a Telecaster. I one of my bucket list goals is to be able to play that solo. And just honestly play some of that song. I could play like the easy parts. I could play that part, but the solos are crazy. So
Right.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. And on a little Guitar Hero, huh? But yeah.
no, it's crazy because like it looks like you're flicking somebody off, but like that's like a normal guitar
It's like
position.
a chord, yeah, wherever
Mhm.
you play.
Yeah, the bar chord. See, y'all know you know what we're doing.
Yeah, dude, I've tried YouTube a couple times, but I have
Oh no,
not
dude, you
picked it
gotta
up
get
with
some
you.
lessons. Just go to Guitar Hero and get you them lessons. Go and get you that package and see if you like it. Because I
Okay.
promise you, guitar was so hard. I
I
Mm.
have
would
to
get
try that
lessons.
out.
I think maybe with the drums you can YouTube, but I think the guitar, especially with like electric, because like how familiar are you with like electric guitars?
More with acoustic, but I have played an electric before.
Do you know what pitch harmonics are?
No, yeah,
So like boom,
that's
so
gibberish to
boom,
me.
like this is a cool thing. Like even like an electric guitar, like you can literally just change your amp to make it acoustic, but obviously the feel's different. But dude, electric guitars, that amp has so many things you can do with it. So like let's say your fingers on, let's say there's hot spots. Let's say it's on the D note or the third string at 7. You know where the bar is? If you really press it down, you make a note. If you tap it, if you like hold it or not hold it, if you touch it, it makes a different ring.
Mm.
So it'll be like ding ding ding. Like so like oh, so okay, let's test some music. You know the song Two Door Cinema? What you know? I
No,
can tell just what you want. You don't
no,
want
I don't think I know that one.
to.
You
That's
know,
a popular song.
see,
Look that song up.
what's it called?
What You Know by Two Door Cinema. It's a popular song. It's been out for like 10 years. But like basically like you could just play something and make those rings with it. So like some of the ringing you hear on a guitar isn't like just them like putting their fingers on. They're actually making a certain noise and a certain fret on a certain purpose. And that was after I learned that, I was like, whoa. There's like,
Oh, this one's a fun one.
wait,
I can't hear shit from you.
yeah, we
Can you
can't
not
hear
hear it?
No.
it.
No.
Them headphones.
You hear it?
No, your microphone's like mine. It doesn't pick up on any
Yeah,
audio
okay.
other than
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I
Hey,
must.
man, that technology, them noise cancellation. But I would just say that like there's certain things I just learned about it, and also too, guitar's a hands-on thing because with
Mm.
your fingers and how like you have to like arch your wrists and do certain things. Like me personally, like somebody had to really like baby me through it. Like he really
Yeah.
was like standing behind me, like, hey, get your wrist like this. And honestly, the chords, I still hate the notes. Like the actual like a G note, a C note, like getting your fingers to like do all these weird
To
things.
bar the whole fret, that one's the hardest.
Mm.
Like,
I like that. I could do that one, but it's like all the other stuff in between. Like we played footballs, like our fingers are like maybe just I don't know different things because our wrists aren't used to like I don't know playing football. Your wrist gets stiff. Doesn't matter what it is. So like just yeah, I think
yeah,
that just playing the guitar has been really cool. Just one to get some creative, like just to be creative. Like it's just a different. Like, it's unlocking your brain in a different way. I think that we all should have hobbies that unlock your brain in a different way. Like music is
yeah,
the
Mm.
thing that does that.
stimulating
I've
kind
got one more. And I know we said it 8 times now that we got just one more question, but
Oh,
You're
we're
chopping
rolling
it
with
up.
this. Um,
It's flow
so
state.
this year, who was your top 3 artists on like Spotify Wrapped or Apple
Ooh.
Music?
mm, Fallout Boy was one.
Okay.
That's fire.
I
Ooh.
know in 2025 or 2024, I listened to like 13,000 hours of Fall Out Boy. It was during my senior year.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
They
I
do
think
have
it
some
was
good
like
tunes. That was like
My
my
songs
childhood.
know what you
You
did
did
in the
in the
I love Fall
dark.
Out Boy. We could talk Fall Out Boy all day. I don't know.
dark.
I think it was oh, it was Fall Out Boy, Arctic Monkeys, and Gunna.
Okay.
Wow.
It's a nice
Ooh.
mix. I like the
Yeah, and
diversity
I had
there.
like probably Polo G and Little Baby somewhere around there, but I'm a big Gunna fan. I like Future a lot. Future
Did you like
too.
his new album? Gunna's
Who?
new album?
I haven't even heard, did it just come out? If so, I
It
haven't heard.
came out like 2 months ago or something like that.
Now I need to look it up. I'm not even sure. I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I don't even know what Gunna be saying, but he just goes.
Yeah, the
Yeah, it's just
flow
his
is
flow,
crazy.
dude. It's literally just his flow.
Ask Logan. Like we put that when somebody turned
Dude.
that Gunna on in the NCAA, somebody about to get serious.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like
So what's
Gunna
going
and
up?
Future make that music where it's just like when you just hear the beat, whatever they saying, you just like.
Yeah. Production adds so much to hip hop, man. Like you don't even have to have a crazy good voice or like good
Even everything's
lyrics.
simple now. Like let's be real, all the music now is recycled. Most of the
Yeah.
beats. They just cut it and sample it a little bit different.
I mean,
And then
I'm a big Don Toliver fan, and
I like him.
his whole new album, like it was great music, but so much of it was using older like pop or R&B songs.
Oh yeah, like Big X. I gotta say Big X the Plug. I listen to him a lot.
Yeah.
Big X the Plug does that always.
Hey.
He be having church songs, all sorts of things. He'll have the choir singing in the background.
Hmm.
You know, it's been cool. That's the one thing I will say. Like, music has always been a good outlet to honestly get away from just other things too. Like, I have a song for like every emotion I have, or
Yeah.
at least a
Mm.
feeling. So it's just like I probably got like 4,000 songs on my phone. I listen to music. I've always loved music. It's probably why I learned how to play some instruments. But I
You
ain't gonna lie.
you keep a playlist for each kind of emotion, or you more so
No, but
like
I know
throw it
I
all in
can.
one?
No, but I'm normally good at remembering the songs, so I can think of like songs I played 5 years ago, or like I got like 3 or 4 playlists. I got like a rock playlist. I love Fall Out Boy, so I got like a Fall Out Boy playlist, only like 40 or 50 songs, like 30 or 40 songs. And then
Yeah,
I got a Nightmare playlist when I know I'm about to go on that grind, and I got a
mhm.
Vibes playlist.
Mm.
That's the vibes
I'm
and
a little
good.
problematic with mine. I have one playlist that has, let's see, how many songs is it? Jesus. It's 5,000 songs, 253 hours. It's just every,
What the
it's just,
hell,
Have you
it's
man?
just
cleaned the
every,
closet?
That sounds like a library. That's your music library. Why you just got one playlist?
I don't know. I just like, I don't ever, I mean, there's times where I'm like, I want this type of vibe, right? And if I want that, I'll go and find the album that fits it. And I'll listen to a few songs from that and I'll bounce around. But for me, like most days, I'm in the mood for anything. And if I like a song, I like a song. I'm probably not going to skip it unless I outgrown it. So, big
You
hip
like
hop
5,000
R&B guy.
songs?
Yeah, 5,000 songs on there. It's
You're
so weird
crazy.
because
Wild.
I've had this playlist for 10 years now, and when you go back to the bottom of it, it starts out with such basic stuff like Rockstar by Post Malone and God's Plan are literally the two first
That's
songs.
funny. Yeah.
And then there, you see, like, for a while, I had a country vibe going. Then there was like uh, times where it's like slower, like more like sad R&B, and then it just gets into
You
trap,
fucking,
hip
you got
hop,
some R.
drill.
This is some slow R&B because you're just like,
Dude, I love me some R&B, man. That is like I love hip hop, but there's nothing better than good
R&B is
R&B
cool.
music.
I mean, my mom's big on jazz. I've been getting real big on jazz music. My mom
Yeah,
loves Boney James. Boney James is a saxophone player. He goes kind of crazy.
he
I
does.
would say that. Oh man, what's anyways?
whoa, it
What
just
was
said,
that?
I just got an update. 49ers DN shot in the ankle. Keon White.
Yeah, I saw that.
What?
What?
Keon White
Yeah.
was
I
the
ain't gonna lie,
victim
we're
of
having
a,
a wild as an NFL. I'm about to stay inside. We're having a wild offseason. I'm not even gonna lie
Yeah.
to you. I need to not be
Dude, no
inside. I already had a
shit.
wild offseason a couple of years back. I don't need to. Yeah, I'm gonna be inside.
yeah,
They
yeah,
catching us left and right.
dude. So,
Oh, more big news. David Njoku just announced that he's not returning to the Browns.
Wow.
I mean,
He's
Harold
going
Fannin,
somewhere
it seemed
else.
like Harold Fannin took that number one spot.
Yeah.
And Joku's about to get a payday wherever
He
he goes,
is, he
man.
is, he is.
He's a
He's a
Yeah,
dog, bro.
dog.
He's
he's
a top athlete I
athletic.
play with. He's a freak.
He's athletic.
Dude, he
And
He's
reminds me
rocking
of
like
Predator.
dudes.
I mean, I'm guessing it was probably just injury. Just was that part of it? I mean, they
Well,
probably,
he had the injuries over the last few years, but it when he comes back, his production's still always there. So
right.
maybe they're just banking on Harold Fannin really being the next big thing there, and they
He's
can
gonna be
clear
good,
up some
man. He's
cap
fine.
space.
He'll be
Yeah, I
fine.
mean, but like when you think of Njoku, like when you want to bring in a rookie tight end, you're not really thinking about replacing him when you already got David Njoku. You're
There
thinking
was two
about,
guys on
yeah,
the Browns in the last couple of years that I'm like, these guys are dogs. They're consistent. They will always have good production regardless of who's around them. And it was Myles Garrett and it was David Njoku.
yeah, right.
The only two guys have been consistent there for a while. They'll have some more guys, so I'm rooting for them.
Yeah. Do you ever meet Nick Charlton when you were at Cleveland?
Mhm.
Yeah, he.
Mondo saw him there too. Yeah, he told me
Oh,
about Nick.
really? Yeah,
He told me, yeah, because when Mondo was there, he actually saw Nick. Nick
that's
was cool.
funny.
What did Nick do there? Nick was like the run game coordinator, I think.
Yeah, and now he's pass game, I think, but or yeah, but
He'll be a
he was
coordinator
wicked
soon.
cool. Yeah, he was wicked cool, man.
He's cool, bro. He's like in that building, bro. He's gonna do just fine for himself in his NFL career, I believe.
For sure, man.
He
But
had
yeah,
Cowboys too. That
what you
place.
say?
He had Cowboys winning up there too.
Yeah,
That was nice up there.
yeah. I mean, he turned it. I mean, he was a part of Harris Simiak, and Harris Simiak, like that whole coaching tree, like, um, Heatherman, who's the DC from Miami. He came from. He was the
Oh,
DC when Charlton was the OC. And
damn.
then Leon Cohen was also the OC at UMaine in 2016, the head coach for the Jaguars. Yeah. So that all stems from
You
it.
got a
Yeah.
little pipeline up there.
Little pipeline up there.
Little something.
Little pipeline. But yeah, is that all? Anyone got
I'm
anything
about
else
to,
to
I'm about
say?
to, I'm about to go and get off and eat. I appreciate you guys for everything.
No,
Dude,
seriously,
we
thank you for
appreciate
coming
your
on.
time so much.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Always.
It was an absolute honor.
Yeah, we just chopped it up for 2 hours straight. This is probably our longest episode.
Just vibing, man.
Bye,
Oh
fellas.
yeah,
Me and
man.
Logan always talk like this, though.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Last thing, man. I've been trying so hard since I knew that we were getting you on the podcast to find a jersey from Buffalo that's unsigned because I wanna get one, and if you got like a PO box or something, I want to send it out, have you sign it so I can have it hang up in the background for the podcast.
I got you. I'll get it. Just text Logan about it. Logan. Get it through Logan.
Yeah, I got you.
I'll
I'll
do
send
that.
that over. But yeah,
One thing I do want to mention, if we did a great job with this whole interview process, if you wanted to spread the word with social media platform or any other players,
Just tag me.
we would appreciate that,
Y'all are
bro.
cool too, though. Y'all asked me some questions I ain't never even really been asked. So
Yeah, we'll
Just
tag you on
me.
Instagram when it all comes out too, so
Exactly.
you'll see that.
Perfect. You know I'm gonna show love.
appreciate you, Naheem. This has
Appreciate
been the
y'all much,
Pocket
man.
Podcast. Thank you, Naheem. We're honored to have you on the pod. Talk to you soon, brother.
Talk to y'all soon.
All right, I'll
Later, y'all.
catch you.